by Florette, prepared to be floored. That starting lineup, Brian, by the way, is 18-2. That's simply ridiculous. And then if you throw Ryan Kalkbrenner in the mix in the games that Diabate hasn't started, but the other four guys do for Charlotte, they're 22-5.
Yeah, that 18-2. The rest of any other starting lineup is 12-19. That's how dependent they are on those. And of course, the Rookie of the Year rematch we're not going to see tonight with Cooper Flagg again sitting out, but he did put some extensive work in pregame.
Mavericks in their white uniforms, royal blue numbers, navy blue letters and trim around the shoulders and waist. Dallas across the chest. They shoot to our left in the first half. Charlotte in the teal with the white numbers and letters, the white pinstripes as well. Hornets written across the chest. They shoot to our right. Mark Lindsay to toss the ball between Gafford and Diabate, and we are underway. The 9 games in 9 different cities begins with the Mavericks having the first look at it. With Gafford at the top of the circle looking to his left. Christie comes around left to right, and he'll drive. He got to the rim, and he laid it up and in as I think Brandon Miller was looking for some help, and it didn't come.
Yeah, that's what that play is set up to give him a little bit of headspace and momentum going down.
Here's Knueppel, played by Christie. Knueppel looking, he'll swing at the ball at the top of the arc. Will work to his left against Williams and then back up on his dribble. To Miller, moving right to left, got a little pump fake, draws the foul, hits the shot, and he'll go to the line for an and one. Washington with the early foul.
That's always the issue with Washington. You just don't want to get that early foul trouble. Got in the air on that elbow pump fake by Miller, and then he just went up and under. And 31 seconds in, you already have one foul on PJ.
Hornets off of a 109-93 win at home on Saturday against the Portland Trail Blazers. Miller led the way with 26 points, and he's got the first 3 tonight. As Washington will bring it up. He'll be played by Ball. Along the right side, left hand push in the middle to Gafford, top of the arc again. Christie does not come around, stops as he gets a pass to the left wing, tries a 3. It's off the right of the rim, no good. And Ball with the rebound, cross court left to right. Knueppel in the middle to Bridges. Back to Ball, left to right at the top of the arc, and he'll step back and shoot the 3. No good, short. Offensive rebound, Diabate, and he threw it away, but fouled on the pass out by Daniel Gafford.
The box out again on that offensive rebound opportunity. You can't give a Hornets team second opportunities when they miss a 3.
Well, they're a really good offensive rebounding team as well. They're 7th in offensive rebounds, and of course, with their ability to shoot threes, that leads to three-pointers more often than not, as they average 17.3 second chance points. That's 3rd in the league. Here's Miller at the left wing, left to right to Ball. Against Williams, put his head down, Euro step, left to right. He'll hang in the lane and he'll score.
Yeah, Ball really embracing a bit of a different role now, not just a pure scorer, but more of a facilitator and scorer.
Yeah, last year he averaged over 21 field goal attempts per game. Only Shea Gilgeous-Alexander took more last year, and he was not nearly as efficient as Shea is, as Williams in the traffic double team had it knocked away from him, but it came right to Gafford. Right place, right time, stuffs the ball.
He's got size to your advantage.
Charlotte with a 5-4 lead, a minute and a half into the game. Diabate way outside at the right wing, coming around as Miller left to right. Play by Gafford on the switch, swings the ball, reverses to Knueppel, drives on Christie, runner in the lane is good.
Yeah, it shows that he's not just an outside shooter, has some game inside.
Throw it on the deck, which is, again, what the Mavericks really, you heard Jason Kidd say, want to make Charlotte do. They don't want them shooting three-pointers. It's 7-4 early on. Here is Middleton in the lane, and he got all the way home and lays it up and in with a left hand.
This Middleton still a Maverick, and welcome here. Good veteran presence.
7-6. Here's Ball, middle of the floor. Now against Washington on the switch. As the floor spreads out, here comes Diabate up to screen to the left, and Ball going wide to his left. Now back to his right. Pushes to Miller. Right corner, Bridges. Catch and shoot 3. Hits it.
It's just a style that the Hornets have wanted to play under Charles Lee. Didn't have the personnel until this year.
10-6. The Hornets with the early lead. Christie lobbing it for Washington. Bad entry pass stolen by Ball. Here comes Miller up the middle. Slowing it up, and now Bridges will drive it into Middleton and whip it left side. Ball hesitates, now takes the 3, hits the front rim, top of the board, stays in play, batted off the hands of Gafford, picked up by Williams and the Mavericks. And here comes Williams, in and out, left to right, and hangs and scores as he hits the deck with the foul, and he'll go to the line for an and one.
Yeah, it's that ability to keep going from 3rd to 4th, all the way up to 6th gear, but staying in control. Maybe 5th gear is enough, and he's slow to get up as he's kind of grabbing at his, I think he's just tying his shoe, hopefully, yeah.
That's the last thing the Mavericks need to see.
No, next man up is the three words we're just tired of hearing about, but it's been the mantra of this team.
Really for the last 2 full seasons.
The finals of the 24 finals.
So Brandon Williams averaging 13 points a game, 3.9 assists, and trying to make this a 1-point game, a little under 3 minutes having been played here in Charlotte tonight. 76.7% from the foul line, and he hits it. And here comes ball quickly, skidding a bounce pass along the left sideline to KNUEPPEL. Into the top of the arc, and a lob off the pick and roll, leading Diabate right to the rim for the dunk.
You pay too much attention to those guys in the perimeter. That would opens up the roll.
And all 5 Charlotte starters on the board in the first 3 minutes of the game. Middleton to the right elbow off the pull-up. That's off the back rim, no good. Rebound to Bridges. Right hand push, Brandon Miller against Williams. Back to Bridges at the top of the arc against Gafford to the left to Ball. Pick and roll with Bridges, and Ball take the 3 and hit it from straight away over Gafford.
Ball saying, don't forget about me. I can hit it from deep too.
Again, this team has made 15 threes or more in 5 consecutive games. Only the 4th time in NBA history that that's happened. There's a beautiful reversal from Middleton to Washington in the right corner. Washington missed the 3. Ball got the rebound. Here comes Ball right to KNUEPPEL. Tee it up and rims the basket. And the rebound knocked toward the baseline by Washington. Run down by Middleton to the Mavericks. 15-9 is the Charlotte lead. Middleton driving on Bridges to the right side for Gafford. That's off his left hand, picked up by Ball. It's 3-on-1. Miller across the line, Diabate, and a good play by Brandon Williams to knock it away out of bounds to prevent what would have been a dunk.
Yeah, so KNUEPPEL missed that 3. He had a bad shooting night the other night. It looks like his attempt to get the 50, 40, 90 is going to fall a little short. Because of that, it's going to be hard to climb back over 40 from 3, but he's really playing well.
Well, he's at 44 from 3. He's at 48-9.
So that was the 2, yeah, the 2.
He's 48-9 overall. And again, at this time of the year with 20 games to go, it's hard to gain a full percentage point. Ball from the right side off the inbound, no good. And the rebound, Williams wins that battle, comes out of the traffic with it. Right up the middle he comes and draws the foul on Brandon Miller. It'll go to the line to shoot. And that is Brandon Williams at his best.
Yeah, keeps applying that pressure. The defense never really gets set. And so he's able to just get to that next gear, draw that foul by making contact because that defender's just not going to be set. And he's able to get to the line.
You know, talking about Charlotte's three-point shooting, since January 1st, when all of this really started turning around for them, they are averaging nearly 9 points a game more than their opponents from the three-point line.
They have more three-point attempts from just those 3 players I mentioned, Ball, Miller, and KNUEPPEL, than the Mavs as a team have since January 1st.
Shocking. Shocking. And again, the Mavericks have...
Sometimes the math just simply is the math.
Yes. And the Mavericks now have gone quite a while here with really failing to run up the big three-point night. Only twice in their last 15 games have they made more than 11 three-pointers in a game. These guys are capable of 11 threes and a half. As Williams making the first and making the second one as well. And it's 15-11. As KNUEPPEL at the left hash mark to the flaring ball against Williams. Away from the Diabate screen, met by Middleton, and a foul call by Mark Lindsay against Brandon Williams from behind.
Yeah, a little bit of a shove, he says.
13 foul against the Mavericks in the first on Williams to side out of bounds. As Brandon Miller will inbound the ball from the foul line extended on the right side. Watched by Caleb Martin, who's checked in the game. Along with Dwight Powell replacing Gafford and Washington. That's who's in and who's out. Brought to you by In-N-Out Burger, always fresh and made to order. At In-N-Out, that's what a hamburger's all about. And a three-pointer from the left of the circle by Bridges is short. Christie the rebound for the Mavericks. To his left off Powell. To the left elbow and will pull up over Brandon Miller. That's short. Long rebound. KNUEPPEL has it for Charlotte. Up the left side, driving on Martin. And to the rim, and he comes up short. And the rebound to Powell. And a loose ball foul against Charlotte.
Diabate, I think, shoved him out of bounds.
And that's going to be 2 fouls early on for Moussa Diabate.
Not 2 fouls that early,
3
bro.
against Charlotte.
So not only do not
Good
have
to
the
see
Rookie of the Year battle, we also don't have Moussa versus Moussa.
Yes.
Because Moussa Cisse is not active tonight. I know everyone was anticipating that.
I certainly was.
The battle of the Mooses.
The battle of the Mooses. Again, Moussa Cisse with only 5 games remaining on his two-way contract.
The Mavericks back-to-backs are going to have to use those judiciously.
Absolutely. With 22 games remaining, including tonight. Brandon Williams to his right, pulls up, right elbow, gets it to settle in a 7-point first quarter for Brandon Williams. He's got the Mavericks' last 7 points, and it's 15-13. With 6:45 remaining in the first quarter as ball through the center circle. And will hand off to Bridges, flaring the ball. Drives on Bridges, help from Powell. Loop it over the top, KNUEPPEL, touch it to Miller. And around the horn they go and find ball in the right corner, and he stepped out of bounds. As the Hornets will turn it over for the first time, leading to the first timeout of the night by Charles Lee and Charlotte with 6:32 remaining in the first quarter. It's the Hornets 15, the Mavericks 13 on the Dallas Mavericks Radio Network.
The radio home of the Mavericks. The radio home of the Mavericks in Dallas, Fort Worth.
All-star NBA champion, like, you know, his pedigree speaks for itself, you know, so he's obviously he's a phenomenal player, and his wisdom, his guidance, you know, him being, you know, a vet in our locker room is something that I seek out for sure, something that I continue to observe and just watch and see how, you know, someone of his caliber really goes about his business. And so super happy that he's here with us, that he's you know, looking forward to continuing to build relationships with him.
Max Christie, speaking of Chris Middleton, tonight's Dallas Morning News quote of the game, and you hear that, and that's why the Mavericks are as thrilled as they are to have Chris Middleton here for the rest of the year.
Look, everything in the Cooper Flagg era is about building around his timeline, but you can't just have young players. You have to have veterans, especially with this long trip. How do you prepare your body and your mind for something like that?
15-13, Charlotte the lead. The Mavericks with the ball. Brandon Williams got Miller on his hip, and they get all the way to the rim to lay it up and then on the reverse.
9 early points for Brandon Williams in this first half of this first quarter.
And they are all in a row. The last 9 Dallas points coming from Williams to tie the game at 15. Here is Bridges in the lane with the right hand, too hard, got his own rebound back, and in one motion, left wing 3, no good from Josh Green, the former Maverick, and Chris Middleton with a rebound. Here comes Middleton, and he'll pull up from the right wing for 3, long and left. Bridges the rebound, and he runs it right up the middle against Christie. Kick it right corner, Green out to the right wing, Miller for 3, short, and the rebound taken by Middleton. The Hornets are 2 of 9 from behind the line. The game tied at 15. Middleton against Green. Trying to back him down the mid-post, and Green knocked it away. Picked up by Ball, 3-on-2. Ball, lob it, and there's Miller to finish it to the right of the rim as he beat Caleb Martin to the rim.
First bucket in 3 minutes of play here.
The Hornets go in front 17-15. Here's Williams. Powell screens, left hand whip to the right side, and Christie driving the baseline. He tried to whip it out, and that pass intercepted, but a foul call on the pass against Josh Green, and the Mavericks lucky there.
Yeah, got a chance to catch up with Josh. Such a great guy. Really trying to enjoying the role he has here, and really raving about KNUEPPEL, saying he's just so impressed by the rookie and how he kind of keeps himself, and just saying, quote, he's so good.
The Mavericks take out Williams and take out Chris Middleton, and Middleton with a word for official JT Orr, who I think when Middleton lost that ball to Green, thought he was fouled. No foul call. And those words continue as Caleb Martin from the right wing for three, and he hits as he continues to just be a flamethrower from behind the three-point line. That is 15 for his last 25 from deep.
He needs to throw more flames.
Really starting to feel healthy, enjoying his role, lockdown defender, and now really something from deep. 18 points the other night.
Actually, they call that a 2. They're saying his toe was on the line.
He's done that several times now. He's really got to be cognizant of where those feet are. I'd say more than anyone on the Mavs. He's had that about 3 or 4 times here of late.
So he's still 14 of 24 from behind the line. But his first 2 points, and we had a little spillage along the sideline.
Always beer.
Is it always beer?
If you're spilling, it's beer. So it's a alcoholic drink of some sort. Nobody just spills Dr. Pepper because you're already kind of feeling good, and you know.
What, it's better to waste beer than it is to...
No, you're just kind of not all... You don't have your senses.
It's too early in the night for that.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
It's only, what, it's 7:25 local
you started
time
like noon, right? I'm not a day drinker. I'm a very much drinks down, sun up guy. Like until the sun goes down, I can't... Because once you launch the activation sequence... There really is no slowing it down.
NASA?
Yeah, exactly.
Mr. NASA over here? The Hornets have it now. Ryan Kalkbrenner has it at the top of the arc, and now to Miller, right to left against Powell on the switch. He'll drive, he'll pump, he'll spin, he'll score from 10 feet.
A lot of this improvement is just development of their own players. Miller taking another stair step up this year.
Well, and finally healthy, too, as Caleb Martin short Powell, the offensive rebound, but not in a position to shoot. Nice move on an escape dribble by Christie for 3 from the right corner. No good. Kalkbrenner. The Charlotte rebound. The Hornets with a 19-17 lead. 4:35 remaining in the first quarter. Miller, left side, Grant Williams. To Miller, back to Grant Williams. Met by Powell over the top to Sion James. And to the top, Josh Green. 3 is good.
Well, we know what Josh can do. He's athletic and defend, and he's got to be able to hit that 3.
Well, and he's shooting 44% from behind the line, and he became a very good corner three-point shooter with the Mavericks as Martin on the drive, and he draws the foul, and he'll go to the line, and that puts Charlotte over the limit with 4:12 remaining in the first quarter.
Man, Josh, it's always been health. He had that shoulder this summer and just didn't start till late in this season, and just hopefully starting to really find his place here in this Hornets team. He said, quote, winning is fun, when I talked to him earlier, and it sure is.
Well, it's been a long slog for the Charlotte Hornets. 9 consecutive years they had not made the playoffs. And again, not guaranteed of making the playoffs, but it sure looks like they're going to have a chance to get to a spot by getting into the play-in, but they may be a whole lot better than that. And might be a team that right now nobody really wants to play in the first round.
There's always that team, right, that no one wants to play.
Like Detroit last year.
If they're healthy, this is kind of that first year where maybe they're going to experience some pain in the playoffs, but that'll be good for them long term.
2 free throws for Caleb Martin. And the Mavericks down by 3 at 22-19 is Sion James, the rookie from Duke, against Ryan Nembhard, who checked in the game along those with those free throws being shot. To Brandon Miller along the right side. Skip it over the top, not enough on it, and take it by Nembhard. Here comes Nembhard up the right side. Left hand dribble screen by Powell. He'll use it. Got Sion James on his hip, and then behind him, Caleb Martin. This time it is a three-pointer. It barely draws iron, and James with a rebound off the floor for Charlotte.
Yeah, it's going left. Just didn't really want set.
Off of Kalkbrenner. Lost the handle, got it back. And hands to Grant Williams. Out top to Miller. Against P.J. Washington, 10 to shoot. Will pull up deep 3. Hit it. A 10-point first quarter for Brandon Miller. And Charlotte up 6 at 25-19. Nembhard to Powell out top. They'll dare him to shoot. Not looking to shoot. Pushes it back right to Nembhard. Pick and roll with Powell. He crossed over, lost the ball. Green coming out of there against A.J. Johnson. Turned back to the right to Williams, to Miller, and back to Williams for a right wing three that's good. And Jason Kidd's got to take a timeout as the Hornets, again, with their ability to shoot three-pointers, open up the 9-point lead in the midst of an 11-2 run right now with 3:04 remaining in the first quarter. It's the Hornets 28, the Mavericks 19 on the Dallas Mavericks Radio Network. Great medical care like great...
You're listening to Dallas Mavericks basketball. 97.1 The Eagle.
I'm Tyler Sloan at the Modelo Sports Desk. The Mavs will play the Magic on Thursday, but tonight Orlando's hosting the Washington Wizards. Magic up 22-13 with 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Paolo Banchero already with 13 points. And the Cavs, with 2:40 in the first left, lead 21-17 over the Detroit Pistons. Chuck?
Meet the Maniacs and apply for jobs at the Core Career Fair on March the 4th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. in Mesquite. First applicants receive free Mavs tickets. For details, visit Mavs.com/core jobs. You know, Charles Lee, the Hornets coach, was talking before the game. What he liked most about his team's improvement was their willingness to share the ball. That, you know, nobody is bigger than anybody else. Already 9 assists on 11 made baskets for Charlotte in the midst of this 11-2 run that has them up 28-19 as the Mavericks break a 2-2-1 press. Nembhard coming into the lane, looking to get it back out to A.J. Johnson, top of the arc three. Hits the back rim, stays in play, and a loose ball foul called against the Mavericks. And it's on
James from Charlotte.
They call it on James?
Yep.
Yeah, they did. Okay.
But to your point about what Charles Lee said, you know, it's the ball movement, it's the body movement, it's the spacing that they want to create, it's the cutting off that spacing. That's what he really likes to see. It's not just the fast pace that they're going for. They're going for optimal shots as PJ misses the first free throw.
Been a struggle from the line for Washington all year, just 67% as Gafford comes back in for the Mavericks to replace Dwight Powell. Washington, his last 9 games played, averaged right around 15-7. And Jason Kidd was really kind of upset when he sprained his ankle late in that Brooklyn game because he really liked the way that Washington was playing, but
he just hadn't been able to find a rhythm.
Well, 3 sprained ankles this year will do that to you as he hits the second one.
Mavericks already down 15 in the three-point column.
28-20. KNUEPPEL back in the game to the left of Brandon Miller, and a hold. Ryan Nembhard about 35 feet from the basket, getting called for a hold.
There's a young mistake there. Good to see him with the Mavs full time. Really like him, like how he organized the offense, gets everybody involved. People like playing with him.
Hornets will have James Knippel and 2 Duke teammates from a year ago. A team that went to the Final Four and lost in the semifinals to Houston. To Brandon Miller, they left him alone, and they let him shoot it off the bounce, and he made it. It's a 13-point first quarter for Brandon Miller.
Gotta know your scouting report. That is not somebody you leave.
31-20. As Nembhard has it with 2:15 remaining in the first quarter to Washington against Grant Williams. Crossover right to left and lost it going up. Picked up by Knippel. Behind his back goes Miller right to left. Pushes it to Grant Williams at the top of the arc in transition. Hits the back of the rim. The rebound batted ahead by Nembhard to Washington. And up the right side comes Martin. Martin at the right wing. To the right side, deep A.J. Johnson. Dribbles out to the wing. Gafford up to screen for him. Now against Grant Williams. Pass blocked by Grant Williams as he tried to get it to Gafford. And picked up by Sion James. The 6th Dallas turnover of the first quarter. Here's Green. Handoff to Knippel. Right to left. Top of the arc. Back to Green under the basket. Left corner to Williams. And out to the top. Sion James on the drive. Spins on Gafford. Couldn't shoot it. Out to Knippel. He'll drive it on Caleb Martin. Off balance runner. Off the back rim. No good. And Gafford the rebound.
Great offensive ball movement, though.
Tremendous. And there's a nice cut by Caleb Martin to score on a reverse off the bounce pass from Ryan Nembhard. Beautifully done by Martin for his 6th point. 31-22. Charlotte the lead, 70 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Here's Miller in the middle of the floor. Want to try to come up and trap him. They won't, though, as Miller now keeps the dribble. A switch by Washington. And a pass deflected out of bounds by Martin, and the Hornets will keep it with 7 to shoot as Christie comes back in the game for the Mavericks for A.J. Johnson.
Mavs 0-6 from deep. Charlotte 6 of 14 from deep. That is the difference right now in a 9-point game.
31-22 as James will inbound from just below the left hash mark. And into Miller. With 5 to shoot, put it on the floor, pull up again. That one long and right, and the rebound is knocked out of bounds. And Sion James touched that last. It'll be Dallas ball. As the Mavericks will have it with 50.6 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Trey Mann has checked in now for Charlotte as Charles Lee going a little deeper into his lineup tonight than he has of late, where he's been playing 9. He's already played 10 here in the first quarter now.
And Mavs only have 10 healthy bodies tonight.
Here's Nembhard against Mann, left-hand dribble, and take it all the way to the rim, and he's fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot. Good job. Had that little hostage dribble that kept Mann on his hip, and he just kept going all the way to the rim.
He's going to have an opportunity here in these last 20-plus games to show that, you know, he belongs in this rotation next year, and so he came out like a ball of fire, then got on the scouting report, and there were some adjustments to it, and he's going to be attacked offensively, but offensively, just, and I'm not just saying it's because of the size, but just being that J.J. Barea, not picking up your dribble, organizing the offense, and then knowing when to attack, how to create some space offensively with that size to get your shot off, and he misses the first free throw.
Well, Mavericks are 6 of 8 from the line here in the quarter. Again, not struggling to get to the free throw line and actually making a pretty good percentage here in the quarter, but 0-6 from 3 certainly does not help. And the Hornets can play 2 for 1 here with 40 seconds remaining in the quarter. And Knippel lost the ball, dribbled it off his foot, picked up by Nembhard, ahead to Gafford, and he tried to dunk it, missed it. And the rebound to Sion James to Trey Mann.
I think he was in between a layup and a dunk there.
11-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock as Mann will work into the middle of the floor. One-time, big-time scorer in Florida, first-round pick of Oklahoma City. He works to his right, crosses to his left. Now to Knippel, 2 to shoot. Again off the bounce, and that's long and right. The rebound knocked ahead by Christie to Nembhard with 5 seconds left. Oh, he had a chance to shoot it, passed it up with 3 and 2 and 1, and does get it away in time, but that's going to be short. A challenge 2 instead of an open 3.
I didn't mind it, though, because you didn't want to leave too much time on the clock for a bucket the other way.
The end of the first quarter, the Hornets 6 of 16 from behind the line to 0 of 6 from the Mavericks. An 18-point difference from behind the line in a 8-point game, excuse me. 31-23, Charlotte leads it. We go to the second on the Dallas Mavericks Radio Network.
I appreciate y'all hanging out. Mavericks, early start. Sticking around with the Charlotte Hornets. Potoi, commercial break. Yup.
Dallas. This is the radio home of the Mavs. 97.1 The Eagle.
Chuck Cooperstein and Brian Damaris at the Spectrum Center in Charlotte, North
And
Carolina.
Potoi on the
Start of second
background.
quarter. Hornets 31,
Hey,
the Mavericks 23.
come on, Dallas.
Hornets
Need to
shot
win this ball
46% in
game.
the quarter. Mavericks 40% on 8 of 20. 13 points for Brandon Miller and 9 for Brandon Williams to lead the Mavericks as the Hornets have to begin the second quarter.
Let's go.
In their teal uniforms as they shoot to our right with LaMelo Ball back in the game and enters to Miles Bridges, played by P.J. Washington. Knippel comes around right to left. Nice job by Christie to stay with him. A screen by Diabate as he works to his right. Back left to Bridges, 4 to shoot. Right to left, nice move, hanging, and a great play by Dwight Powell to block the shot and come down with the ball inbound underneath the basket.
Especially without fouling.
Here's Washington, pull up, left wing 3, and that is short. The rebound taken by Bridges of Charlotte.
Still no threes for the Mavs.
0-7 from behind the line. Here's Ball. Enters to Bridges. Mismatch here with Nembhard. Got to the rim and missed the layup. And the rebound knocked out by Christie. To Powell and back to Christie, who comes up the left side. Christie pushes it right to Nembhard at the right hash mark. As he directs traffic, trying to get it to Washington on a post-up. Soft entry pass, but Washington got it. Pump fake, he got Diabate up in the air. Running left-hand hook is no good. Rebound off the hands of Powell, and saved by Ball into Diabate. Here comes Knippel to Bridges. Top of the arc holds, right to Trey Mann. Turns the corner on Nembhard, but then couldn't get it away. Out the ball, fakes the shot, put it on the floor, and the rookie John Poulikitis, the two-way player, signed on late Saturday night in the game, gets called for the foul.
Good job right off the bat with Poulikitis.
Had to do it under pressure, man. Once the game started, had to get it right. Been messing around with it for 3 days. And usually I'm pretty good about these things, but for some reason I've just been dyslexic here. I'm just misplacing syllables.
You got it.
The inbound for Ball from the left sideline into man. Played by Poulikitis. Drop it to Kalkbrenner. Coming around is Knippel, left to right. Quick release against Christie. Off the back rim, no good. Washington the rebound. And Knippel now 1 of 6 from the floor, 0 of 3 from 3. No points here in the first minute and 25 seconds as Ball fouls Dwight Powell, trying to receive a pass from Washington.
Watch out on those Greek pronunciations. You're going to be good at doing my grandmother's maiden name, which was Papa Michalopoulos.
Papa Michalopoulos?
Yeah, well, close. I'll
What?
give it to you.
Say that again.
Close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. Just so you realize that. I'll be better. As Powell off the inbound, and the seas part, and he's able to get all the way home to dunk the ball and let that be. The drive of the game.
Charles Lee not happy at all.
Not at all. Brought to you by the parking spot. At the parking spot, we've got airport parking covered. 10:16 remaining in the first half. 31-25 Charlotte on the Dallas Mavericks Radio Network.
He's telling somebody. I got hit in
Barrett.
the face. Yeah.
Looks like he's telling Barrett that he may have been the culprit.
A little friendly fire.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, friendly once upon a time.
Little
sorta,
bonus
kinda.
audio,
Obviously
commercial
those two
break.
connected,
Right.
traded for each other
We are
December
at
30th,
the
2023.
Knicks.
So Pirtle trying to finish the three-point play. 10
Toronto.
minutes to go in the first quarter. Free throw up and good. And the Raptors have a 9-4 lead.
Scotty Barnes, a little chippy with Jalen Brunson off the free throw. Let's see how that evolves. We've seen a lot of teams try to be physical and put big guards on Brunson lately.
Bridges right wing, guarded by Quickly. Towns comes out to set a screen. Bridges kicks it back up to Towns on the right wing, left side. Anunoby left open, lines up a three and knocks it down. And it's 9-7 Raptors.
The Knicks obviously coming off of a fantastic 17 made threes performance on Sunday. Good to see that traveling early.
Barrett on the right wing, up top to Quickly on the Raptors logo, left side of the arc for Pirtle. Pirtle puts it on the floor once, hands to Barrett, gets inside the paint, swings a pass into the right corner. Ingram, now he has 2 3-pointers as he knocks it down.
Now, we keep mentioning that these guys have had an additional practice day. They didn't play till Saturday, but one thing they did like about Saturday is that all their starting five got into double-digit scoring, and I believe they had 3 20-point scores as well.
Brunson gets to the basket, a lot of contact.
Radio home of the Mavericks. The radio home of the Mavericks in Dallas, Fort Worth.
Business is complicated. Zen Business makes it easy. Their platform combines AI assistance with expert support to help you confidently launch your business and stay protected as it grows. It's everything you need all in one place. Launch your business today at zenbusiness.com. Charles Lee not liking the defensive intensity on that last Mavericks possession as Dwight Powell had about a 12-foot width to drive that ball right down the middle of the lane and get it all the way to the basket.
Yeah, and talking to some Mavericks coaching personnel before the game, asking them what they attribute a lot of this turnaround to the Hornets to, and they said defense. They just really play a lot better defense than they have been in the past, and that is a huge reason. We talk about the offense all the time, but they're a top 10 defense as well.
Well, they are, and 6th since January 1st. 19-9 since then. LaMelo Ball in the game, hanging off balance. Good defense by Williams, and the rebound. Poulikitis ahead to Christie, but met by Bridges, so he couldn't shoot the basket. Cross court left to right. Williams to the right corner. Poulikitis into the lane for Powell, knocked away by Kalkbrenner. And in the hands of Mann, 3-on-2. Mann, and to the right to Bridges, and he probably could have shot the floater himself. And the other way, Brandon Williams on the fly. Left-hand layup, good, as he's able to protect the ball away from the shot-blocking Kalkbrenner.
An alley-oop to no one that turned into 2 easy
Come on,
points the other way.
defense.
31-27. And
Stop
the Hornets
somebody.
have gone 2.5 minutes here in the second quarter without scoring. Knippel to the right to Bridges. Right to left. Into the lane. Into Brandon Williams, and he missed the layup. And the rebound taken by Powell. They're 0-5 here to start the quarter. Washington in the lane. Gathers, goes up, and got fouled by Bridges. And he'll go to the line to shoot, and a technical foul on Bridges, who thought that he was fouled at the other end. Gediminas Petritis teeing Miles Bridges up.
Take advantage of these free throws right here. You can make it a 1-point game in a game where you haven't scored a single field goal, and the other team from 3, and the other team scored 6 of them. Don't let these easy ones from the chair just try to get away from you.
So here's Washington.
Relentless in playing physical basketball. Mavs just don't give up.
Basket free throw good from Washington. The Hornets scored their last point with 44 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And the Mavericks now within 3 and with a chance to get closer with PJ on the line to shoot.
Commissioner in the house today. He's a Duke alum, and I think it's Duke night here, obviously with Knippel and Cooper Flagg, who everybody wanted to play, and then being so close to the campus, there's some people from the university here, and a lot of fans were here ahead of time to see Khan work out. So he is here to enjoy Duke night.
7 consecutive points now for the Mavericks, going back to the end of the first quarter.
He didn't call me and tell him he was coming to town. I don't understand.
I know. Why didn't I get that heads up? And Washington rolls home the second one, and it's a 1-point game at 31-30. As Miles Bridges will bring it up against Washington. Bottom of the jump circle. Ball flaring to his left, receives the pass against Christie, works to his right, pick and roll. Bridges met in the lane, spins away, and then able to score it with the height advantage over Brandon Williams.
Yeah, just too small right there.
33-30. Christie, middle of the floor, left off of Powell, pull up for 3. Off the back rim, no good. Long rebound, Pulakidis got it back out. Washington for 3. That's good. The first 3 of the night for the Mavericks, ties the game at 33.
Key point there. Just see if you can keep this going.
And Washington with the last 6 Mavericks points. As Ball along the left side trying to turn the corner on Williams, pull up, miss. Pulakidis the rebound. Outlet right, Brandon Williams on the fly. Crossover right to left to the trailing Powell. Open in the left corner is Christie for 3. It hit the top of the backboard and stayed in play for Josh Green's rebound.
Too deep in the
Let's
corner.
go, guys. Come on.
Slowly, Miles Bridges on the right side. Against Christie, rescreen by KNUEPPEL. Now against Williams, spins on him in the lane and will miss it, but he's fouled and he'll go to the line as they were able to create that mismatch off the switch.
Yeah, a lot of people forget that basket, that stanchion, the basket actually juts out from the baseline, and so if you're too deep in that corner, you've got to, thread a needle to get it over there, and so you want to be inside a couple of feet.
You just don't expect a 42% three-point shooter to take that shot. Christie 4 of 8 from behind the line the other night, which was a really good sign, Brian, because he had a really tough month in February.
Yeah, he just got to keep putting them up. He's got a slower delivery, so sometimes he hesitates when there's some closeouts, but he's got to hoist up 10 a game when you shoot that effectively.
Middleton and Martin check back in the game for the Mavericks, with Washington and Christie to sit down. Sion James back in the game for the Hornets.
I remember watching him when SMU played Duke back last, 13 months ago, when we had no idea Cooper Flagg would be a Maverick, and really liked his game. I'm not like you, watch a ton of college basketball until our season's over, but and I can catch up for draft reasons, but he did impress me.
Bridges missed the second free throw. Mavericks have the rebound, and Powell with the ball just over the midcourt line. And he'll handle it against Diabate, drop it off between his legs to Martin, right wing drive against KNUEPPEL, and trying to go through him, draws the foul, and he'll go to the line. That was nice patience on the part of Martin. It looked like he was going to have to step on him. KNUEPPEL did a good job getting back to him, but then a little creativity from Caleb Martin.
Yeah, KNUEPPEL is a two-way player, but you got to make him work on that end, and he just, look, if that defender's not in perfect position, you make body contact. We just played against Shea. He's the king of kind of using that to your advantage. They're going to call that foul.
Caleb Martin on the line, 6 first quarter points. 61.7% for the season, and line drives it off the back of the rim.
Yeah, I think the big thing with him is he's got to get arc on that shot.
Powell sits down. Gafford comes back in.
Good minutes for Powell. We saw earlier where they kind of backed off Powell when he's up top trying to facilitate. I don't know why more defenses don't do that. He's not a threat to score up there, and that kind of clogs those passing lanes.
Second one rims out by Martin, and James with a rebound for the Hornets. The Hornets with a 34-33 lead. 7:35 remaining in the first half. As James against Williams, screen right by Bridges, now against Middleton on the switch, the right hash mark, deeper right side, Bridges, baseline on Gafford, help from Williams, pass out, short hop, Josh Green, take the 3, knocks it down.
Yeah, left him open again, ran away from the guy with the ball.
7-3 for the Hornets in 18 attempts, and Charlotte by 4, 37-33. Williams pushes it right to Martin, play by KNUEPPEL. Screen from Gafford, he'll use it and get to the right elbow, crossover right to left, off balance banker. I think KNUEPPEL got a piece of that one, and it came down to Diabate. James to the trailing KNUEPPEL. Pull up three-pointer off the left of the rim, no good. Rebound, Diabate tipped it to himself. Score with a foul. And a chance of a three-point play with a chance of Musa in the background.
Those offensive rebounds, and that's another one where he just fought for it, got it, and then one chance after that missed three from KNUEPPEL.
Chris Middleton gets called for the foul.
Sorry about that. Yeah, Gafford was just out of the play, and Middleton couldn't fight for it.
3 team fouls against the Mavericks. Middleton picks up his first, and Diabate looking for his 5th point of the night.
Remember that these Hornets traded away their centers, Richards and Williams this summer. Putting a lot into Diabate.
He missed the free throw, but a lane violation against the Mavericks will give him another chance. 66% from the line from Musa Diabate. Native of France, played college ball 1 year at Michigan.
France, I mean, you just every time, every game, there's a good French player.
Now Brandon Miller was set out the entire second quarter. Checks back in for KNUEPPEL, leading scorer for the Hornets with 13 points. And Diabate in his 4th year, his 2nd year here in Charlotte, first 2 years with the Clippers, and on the second chance, able to complete the three-point play. It's a 7-0 run for Charlotte after the Mavericks had a 13-2 run to tie the game. It's 40-33 as Williams in the middle of the floor will work to his right off Gafford. Back in the middle of Middleton. Swing it left, Poulikitis across the way to Williams. He'll drive. He gets to the rim. He'll float it up, and the finish not there from Gafford. The rebound taken by Sion James. And Gafford got banged up behind the play. Hornets have number Sion James in the rim. And just like Powell before, he throws it down with the seas parting for him. It's a 9-0 Charlotte run. The Hornets up 9 with 6:22 remaining in the first half. 42-33 on the Dallas Mavericks radio network.
Home after this game will host Oklahoma City tomorrow night at the Garden as Ingram hits both free throws and the Knicks trail 23-15. Shamet guarded tightly by Barrett into the front court. Right-handed dribble on the right side. Bounce pass to Brunson. It's knocked out of bounds as Shed deflected it off of Brunson. It's Toronto ball. Brunson slow to get up. Robinson helps him up.
Seems like that's a stinger in his right arm, shaking that right shoulder a little bit.
Jamal Shed is like a bowling ball. He's 6 feet, 200 pounds.
Yeah.
And just intense. Here's Shed across the timeline, gives to Ingram. 4:20 to go in the first. Shed picked up by Hart now on a switch. Lob pass top of the arc for Ingram. Ingram facing up on Shamet. Drives into him. Shamet cuts him off. Crossover dribble now. Ingram down the lane. Loses the handle, but a late whistle and a foul called against the Knicks.
You know what? If Ingram doesn't lose that basketball, I don't think that's a foul. Because it gives Mitchell Robinson the chance to go up and contest vertically, right? And meet Ingram at the summit, if you will.
And Ingram was gathering and in the act of shooting, so he goes back to the line. First one up and good. The foul was against Landry Shamet.
Oh, okay, they didn't go against Robinson.
No. It is the 4th team foul against the Knicks, so they'll be in the penalty the remainder of the first quarter. One more for Brandon Ingram. 83% foul shooter. He's 4 for 4 tonight. And the Raptors have opened up a 10-point lead, 25-15. Last time here, Knicks also got off to a slow start and turned it around late in the first quarter. Brunson crossover dribble against Shed. Fallback, 15-foot jumper is good.
Finding his rhythm, give him a little bit of time to acknowledge how defenders are playing him, and he will adjust accordingly. That's what we've seen from the captain.
Second field goal for Brunson. He's got 4 points. Knicks down by 8. Down the lane, Sandro Mamukelishvili. Wild running shot is no good. Robinson clears the boards. Here comes
At the Modell Sports Desk, I'm Tyler Sloan. 4:15 to go until halftime in Cleveland. The Cavs lead the Pistons 48-40. The Wizards have closed the gap on the Magic with 5:40 to go in the second. It's 48-42 Orlando, but Jaden Hardy for Washington has 13 points. points. And the Raptors lead the Knicks 25-17 with 3:45 to play in the first. Brandon Ingram already with 14 points for Toronto. Chuck?
They don't hand out history, you earn it. Cooper Flagg's rookie year has given us record-breaking nights, Rookie of the Month honors, and milestone after milestone. Now grab the Coop Bobble Pack, Rookie Edition, presented by AT&T with an exclusive bobble and a ticket to Coop's rookie era. Limited drop only at Mavs.com/Cooper. It is a 9-0 run for Charlotte after the Mavericks went on a 13-2 run to tie the game early in the second quarter. 42-33 is the Hornets lead. The Hornets showing a press out of the timeout. Mavericks shooting to our left with Brandon Williams in the middle of the floor and the shot clock at 10. At the right elbow is Chris Middleton and a foul against the Hornets. And they're going to get Diabate for a foul, and that's going to be 3 on him. And the 14th foul against Charlotte.
It's a really important part of the game where it can get away from you. Again, that 9-0 run, it was tied, and then or it can tighten up again going into half.
Brandon Williams from the left sideline into Gafford. Middleton overplayed and had a backup to get the pass from Gafford against Miller. And now Josh Green switches on to him. Middleton between his legs, right to left, crossover left to right on the run. Able to hit it from the dotted line in the lane for his second basket. He's got 4. 42-35.
It's that steady hand and just get you a bucket when you need one.
Miller in and out to his right. Hook it to the top. Diabate, hand off to Miller. Working left on Martin. Spinning to his right. Oh, threw an elbow into an offensive foul.
Yeah, absolutely. Good call there.
Second foul on Brandon Miller.
Yeah, Caleb Martin, just such good perimeter defense. Makes it so difficult for who he's guarding to get it.
And moving his jaw around a little bit. Took a pretty good shot there.
That left shoulder right into the jaw. I'd be still on the floor.
Here comes Williams for the Mavericks. Bounces to Middleton. Screen Gafford. Work to his left. Against Diabate, pump fake, leaning in, trying to draw the foul. Came up short, rebound off the hands of Middleton, picked up by Miller of Charlotte. Gafford again behind the play, drop it off down low, and Diabate couldn't get there. He was trying to seal, but it was a bad entry pass, really a bad angle to make that pass, and the Hornets turn it over for the 6th time tonight.
Chris could have easily gotten a foul call on that.
Here's Williams, enter it to Gafford against Sion James. Big height advantage here. Out to Brandon Williams, catch and shoot. That's short. And the rebound one-handed by Miller. The Mavericks 1 of 11 now from behind the three-point line. James right to left. Miller fakes the shot on A.J. Johnson. Put it on the floor. Left to Bridges. Back to Miller. At the bottom of the jump circle against Johnson. Screen by Green. Now the switch by Middleton. Miller tries to take him with the left. And with the left hand, backs it in. High off the glass.
Hell of a shot off the glass.
Former 3rd pick in the draft. Really playing well.
Come on, Mary. Get a bucket.
To 35. The Hornets back up by 9. Middleton in the lane. Drop it off. Dunker spot. It's not a dunk, but it's a layup for Caleb Martin.
There's actually a cut from the corner. Wise move there in the back door.
And Martin now with 8 points. 44-37. Mavericks shooting just under 40%. The Hornets just under 45%. Bridges to the left to Miller. High screen by Diabate to the right. Play by Gafford, then hook it back left to Bridges with 4 on the clock. One bounce leaning in for 3. He's fouled. Caleb Martin gets called for the foul.
That's a tough one because he was a foot inside the three-point line, but he went so far forward, Bridges did, with that his motion that he bumped into Martin, and that's where that was. And Jason Kidd saying a little bit of a swipe there. It's the right call. It's just you got to close out without fouling and go by those players.
The 28th time this year that the Mavericks have fouled a three-point shooter, but they have been much better of late since the end of December. This is just the 10th time that they did it. They did it 18 times in the first 27 games of the year, which was just absurd. So
are they still first in the league in that category?
No, they are not. They are not. Actually, Detroit is first 42 times. Thank you, Sport Radar, for looking that up for us today. As Bridges with a pair of free throws and trying to make it a double-digit lead. And he can't off the back of the rim. Rebound right to Grant Williams to Josh Green for a 10 a.m. three, and he got it.
Yeah, you talked about offensive rebounds turning into threes. That's a perfect example. You just shoot those threes in rhythm, and they're usually open.
Josh Green with 9 points.
Let's go, Dallas.
And it's 49-37, and the Hornets have their biggest lead. With 3:45 remaining in the half, Middleton at the right wing. To the right corner to Martin. Dribbles back out to the wing. In the middle to Nembhard, who's checked in the game. Off of Christie. Try to get it. Nice backhand pass to Gafford. Deflected by Knueppel. Although Knueppel said it went off of Gafford.
Looked like it went off Gafford. Charles Lee looking to his replay coach. They're not going to challenge this one.
He's still looking down his bench. And multiple substitutions for the Mavericks. With 6 seconds on the shot clock. And Nembhard to inbound the ball from the baseline to the left of the basket. He looks, got it to Middleton, and a whistle before the ball's inbounded. A foul against the Hornets, and it's on Brandon Miller as we pause for station identification on the Dallas Mavericks Radio Network.
KEGL, Fort Worth, Dallas. This is the radio home of the Mavs. 97.1 The Eagle.
So Brandon Miller gets called for his third foul. Foul call before the ball was inbounded, so Middleton will shoot, and then the Mavericks will have the ball. And the free throw is up and good for the 85.6% free throw shooting Chris Middleton. And now a rare appearance for the veteran Pat Connaughton in his 11th season out of Notre Dame, as Miller will sit down with the 3 fouls. Second Hornet with 3 fouls inbound. Oh, nice play by Middleton to Powell. Lays it up and in. He had a wide open midi from the baseline. He saw Powell, though, wide open underneath.
Good cut there. No, that's over and
that's
back.
A backcourt violation against LaMelo Ball.
Yeah, no one touched it.
Now, the Hornets a bit sloppy here in the second quarter with 3:24 remaining.
Try to cut this 9-point lead down as far as you can by half.
Christie bounces it into Middleton. Wants Powell to come up to screen for him. And he rolls. And a foul call on Connaughton on the roll. That'll put Dwight Powell on the free throw line.
And the Mavs will be on the free throw line the rest of the way.
Now, Charlotte generally is a team that does not foul very much. They have fouled now 14 times tonight. They average a little over 20 fouls committed per game. That is the fewest in the NBA. And Powell way off the mark on the first one, long and left.
Yeah, the free throws are really becoming an issue for the Mavs when you play so many clutch games, so many tight games, and you're just giving these up. 5 misses here in the first half. There's really no excuse for it.
They are creating enough opportunities for themselves in a different way. Clearly, you'd love to see more three-point shots made, but they're creating scoring opportunities almost every time down the floor. They're not doing a really good job of taking advantage of it as Powell hit the second one. Here's Grant Williams on the cutting to Knueppel, running the baseline from right to left and scoring on the reverse.
Just got right behind Powell.
51-41, 3 minutes remaining in the half. Nembhard and to Middleton. Backing down on Josh Green. Back out Nembhard over Connaughton for 3. That's long, and the rebound to Knueppel. Here comes Ball up the middle. Here's off to his left. Great screen by Grant Williams. Knocked off Washington as he got the ball back and knocks down the 3.
That was the vision of Grant Williams when he signed by the Mavs, be a 3-and-D.
He's with the Mavericks the first half of 2024 and then traded at the deadline. Part of the P.J. Washington trade, and Washington with the ball. Down the lane, floater is good. After a little show and go, and he's got 9. 54-41 with 2:20 remaining in the half. Ball in the middle of the floor. Connaughton wanted it, couldn't get it as Middleton overplayed him. Former teammate in Milwaukee. Now Grant Williams has it, 5 to shoot. Ball coming around left to right. Behind his back to his left against Powell. Stepping back. Off 1 foot for 3, and he hit it from the hash mark. What a shot by LaMelo Ball.
He loves shooting those.
Under 2 to play in the first quarter. Washington knocked away by Ball from behind. Picked up by Connaughton. Up the right side. Ball. Touch it. Knueppel. Right corner 3. Short. Dwight Powell with the rebound. This is a 23-10 run for Charlotte over the last 5 minutes. As they're up 14, Middleton in and out to his left, trying to back Knueppel down, left of the lane, and shoot a turnaround from 12, and that rolls around, falls off, and the rebound of Grant Williams.
Difficult shot.
Well played defensively by the rookie Knueppel. Ball Backs up on his dribble. Met by a double team. Drop it to Williams in the middle of the lane. Whip it back left. And Connaughton for three. No good. And the rebound to Middleton. Here comes Middleton, a minute 10 remaining in the half to Christie. Picks up his dribble down low. Washington turns on ball, pumps, and ball comes right down on top of the ball. Blocks it out of bounds with 14 on the shot clock.
Christie's got to be willing to take those pull-ups in transition sometimes.
Miles Bridges will come back in for the Hornets. And Josh Green will sit down. The former Maverick, a nice first half. 9 points in 14 minutes. And the Hornets are plus 20 with him on the floor.
Plus 27 from the three-point line. Just absolutely hard to come back from that.
Left baseline, Washington backing down on ball. Met by Williams as well. Out to Christie. Top of the arc. Three is good for the second three for the Mavericks in 13 attempts.
Just got to keep putting them up to just carve into that disadvantage.
57-46 in the final 50 seconds. And again, as was the case in the first quarter, Charlotte can play 2 for 1. With ball at the bottom of the jump circle. Watched by Nembhard. As ball directs traffic. Knippel up the screen. No look pass left. And a three-pointer for Grant Williams. That's no good. Knippel, the offensive rebound out the ball. Fake the shot. Hesitation dribble backs up against Nembhard. Down to 9 to shoot. Working to his left. Pocket pass away from Connaughton. Picked off by Max Christie. To Powell. Down low, Washington. A flyby by Ball. He missed the layup. And he missed the layup because it's goaltending against the Hornets.
Yeah, almost would have pulled that ball back out. The shot clock was off, and now you have to defend. So are you going to end up at a net zero or maybe even a -1 from this?
And Grant Williams gets called for the goaltend. And it'll be Charlotte's ball.
Sometimes it's best just to pull that out, take the last shot.
P.J. Washington, 10-point second quarter. 11 points for him. He and Brandon Williams both in double figures for the Mavericks with 11. As Ball lets it run down with 5 and 4 to his right. Cuts left to the rim and missed the layup on the double pump. The rebound batted out to Knippel, and the shot blocked by Christie on the flyby as the horn sounds to end the first half. And the Mavericks were teetering there right at the end of the half. They get a couple of baskets from P.J. Washington, and it's a 9-point game at halftime at 57-48. You should say 1 from Washington and then 1 from Max Christie on that three-pointer.
Well, this is exactly how we thought we would play out. We said the three-point line was going to be the key in this game, and this team is a -24 at the three-point line, and miraculously only down 9, which is a lot to their driving, their physicality, their ability to get out and play strong in the defense, but they just got to generate more looks from deep and try to close out without fouling on the shooter.
Hey, appreciate y'all hanging out. Halftime for the Mavericks. Hey, Mavericks are in this game. They need to make shots. Let's do a little bonus audio. We're going to go to the San Antonio and Philly game is about to start. Hang on real quick.
From Brandon Miller, 13 of them coming.
Anyway, yeah. Antonio-Philly game is about to start. Knicks-Toronto. They about to come out of the first quarter, so let's go to Knicks-Toronto for halftime. Appreciate you joining me. Let's get it.
Open.
Well, I cheated. I read Alan's
Oh, you
email
read?
also.
I skipped his email today. You're right. My bad. I heard him say it on the pregame show. But 12.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yes.
New York gets a stop.
It's a good shot by Quickly, especially late in the clock, getting into the lane.
Alvarado at center, trying to get free from Barnes, goes over to Anunoby. Up top to Towns, back over to OG on the wing far side. Shoots it right in the face of Barrett and knocks down a three, man.
Tough shot. He held the ball for a while, although he did regain his rhythm with a jab step. Those are very difficult shots.
35-31. Here's Barnes trying to turn the corner into the paint. Stops, turns, fires on a fade, missed. Rebound to Towns.
A little bit much on the fade. Thought Towns might have challenged.
35-31, 4-point lead for the Knicks, their largest of the game. Alvarado, near side, dipping behind Towns, now driving. Giving it up to Towns, driving to the tin. And he got it to go, thought he was fouled, didn't get the call. The bench of the Knicks not happy about that, and immediately Darko calls for time on a mini 5-0 run to start this quarter.
Cat's one of those guys too. Always thinks he's fouled. I don't know if he actually was, but on every play it feels like he thinks he is.
37-31 is the score. It's a 6-point lead now for the Knicks with 10:48 to go in the second quarter on Toronto Raptors basketball. Brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just
All right, Spurs 76ers. They underway. Let's go listen to that for halftime. Switching it up. Spurs up 2-0.
Barlow to Maxey. Maxey to the left side to the near corner. VJ. Edgecombe shot no good. Tapped out. Drummond gets it. Another second chance for the Sixers. 1 minute gone by. Drummond in the corner shooting on De'Aaron Fox. That's no good. Spurs rebound. Fox, the lefty out of Kentucky into the lane. Back out right side. Here's Vassell for three. That's no good. And Grimes with a rebound. Sixers on the run to VJ. Now Drummond and Wembanyama playing way off Drummond. Over to Maxey. Foul line extended. Maxey has practiced and worked out with Wembanyama in Los Angeles. He was telling the story how Victor would just come in there and Maxey had already been working out. He goes, let's go. I want to play him one-on-one. And that was obviously quite an experience because both super competitive. They ended up playing a number of one-on-one games. Maxey has it with a jumper on Vassell. That's no good. Long. And the Spurs with Wembanyama, and he brings the ball across left to right. Drummond fouls him out front. So Wembanyama got into his body a little bit. And he drew the fouls. Side out. Mitch Johnson, their coach, 39 years old, second year. He coached 77 games last year after Greg Popovich, the legendary Spurs coach, stepped down for health reasons. And then he got the job in July. Here's Victor curling into the lane. Another bump and a foul. So this, the question you kind of pose to Nick Nurse is how are you going to handle Wembanyama and try to pose that in a couple, three different ways. Well, if Drummond gets in foul difficulty and now you got to bring in a Dem Bona, and here comes a Dem. And then let's say he gets a foul or two. Now you got Jabari Walker and Barlow having to contend with him. Victor puts the free throw up and good. Even though his season was cut short, he still last year led the league in blocks at both 2024 and 2025. All defensive first team player. Makes the free throw. He was the 2024 Rookie of the Year. Victor Wembanyama plays Philadelphia. 24 points, 3 blocks, over 11 rebounds per game. His numbers. And he makes both free throws. So the Spurs take a 4-0 lead. And Bona did come in for Andre Drummond with those 2 fouls. VJ Edgecombe to Grimes. Maxey, big screen by Bona. Here's Maxey for 3. Victor took a swing at that. Long rebound loose. Picked up by the Spurs. Vassell to Castle. Castle into the lane. Back to the left corner. Fox back out top. Champagny. And Maxey went for the steal, but De'Aaron Fox goes down low. And a jam by Stephon Castle. And so that's an incredible basket by them. They go up 6-0. That Maxey matchup with Wembanyama was actually in Texas a couple of years ago. Here's Grimes with it, pulled up on the right side. The field goal is off the rim, no good. Wembanyama with it. Spurs in position to dominate the start, leading 6-0. Castle goes in. Grimes knocks it away. Ball loose on the deck. And a jump ball. Oh, they call a foul. Come on. Eric Dalen signals a foul. Barlow came jumping in there as well. Looked like Dalen was just about to signal for a held ball with Grimes and Castle. And then Barlow jumped in there and he got called for a foul. Side out for the Spurs. 3rd foul already on the Sixers. San Antonio has none. De'Aaron Fox out of Houston, Texas, gets it back after inbounding, fires for 3, and it's 9-0. So that quick turn there, who knows if they would have gotten that shot off a jump ball, but Fox, the lefty, pours it in, and it's 9-0. Bonus sets a bone-crushing screen. Maxey gets it back in the corner against Victor and Champagny's called for a block. Baseline right, Nick Nurse arguing about the call, but at the other end, Toyota with our keys to the game, and obviously the number one key is how do you handle Wembanyama, he's already had a big impact. 2 free throws, 2 rebounds, an assist, and a block. And for the Sixers, you got to, handle yourself on the boards and get up and over 100. They only had 98 in Boston without Joel, without Oubre. They're going to be struggling to score. Our Toyota keys to the game, and there's the first point for the Sixers as Maxey puts in the free throw. So Maxey struggled from the floor. He took 34 shots in Boston Sunday, made a dozen, but finished with 33 points. Sixers shot just 40%, but Maxey, that's a huge volume, 34 shots, but they need the offense. And he's their leading scorer. 2 free throws for Tyrese. Sixers down 7. Castle with it, one-on-one into the lane on Barlow, takes a bump, backs up, lets it fly and in. Castle's got good size, 6'6", 215, drove it from the right corner into the lane, and San Antonio back in front by 9. Here's a quick drive by Barlow, pulls up inside the right elbow, that's no good. Rebound dunked at them by Edgecombe, and that won't go. Draws a gasp from the crowd, but couldn't get it to fall. Champagnie out of transition for 3, no. Victor swipes the rebound away from Bona, but it goes out of bounds. So Maxey averaging 29 points per game. He's been top 5 in the NBA all year. Grimes with it on the move. Grimes into the lane on Champagnie. Right-hand layup up and good. Trying to snuck it off the window before Champagnie could get loaded to block it. Sixers get a field goal there first. Bona guards Wembanyama, and Grimes got a hand on the ball, deflected out top. Good pressure. And the Spurs almost turn it over, but they will get it on the side near the scorer's table. Fox guarded by Edgecombe. Grimes with Champagnie. Champagnie's got a little bit of size on Quentin Grimes. For now, Barlow has Castle. Here's Fox into the lane and a foul on Grimes. That now the 4th foul on the Sixers. So a long pass into the paint. Good cut by Fox, and he's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Fox, of course, drafted by Sacramento, spent most of his career out there in Sacramento. He's in his 9th year, 6'3", 185, an NBA All-Star. And that was, as he
this is
replaced
just a
Giannis,
little
that was
bonus
this year.
audio. Excuse me.
77%
Till
line,
Mavericks
12
come back
before
from
the score.
halftime. We should be a
San
few more
Antonio
minutes.
was 4 minutes
Appreciate you hanging
in
out
the
with me.
game. And they get 2 free throws by De'Aaron Fox. So they are now 4 for 4 from the line. They lead by 11. Check that, by 9. It's Barlow with it. 7:50 in the first quarter. Sixers ball there in black. Grimes outside, picks up his dribble. Maxey backdoor in the middle, but there's Victor, and Victor blocks his shot. Maxey tried to weave around him to the left. He got away from Castle, but Wembanyama with the great reach picks up his 2nd block. And now the Sixers will get the ball with 6 on the shot clock. Maxey inbounds, gets it back. 3 to shoot, up top, Edgecombe, ball fake, shoots a 3 en route, front rim and off, no, rebound Champagnie. Spurs ball, and again Wembanyama bringing it across, mishandles it, and it went over the back line, over the center court line, and that'll be a backcourt violation. Sixers good pressure, Wembanyama trying to get around Bona while dropping it off to Champagnie, but he, again, with a backcourt violation. NJM proud to put policyholders first. NJM, no jingles or mascots, just great insurance. Get a quote at njm.com. Bona with a pass, it's off the mark, couldn't gather it in. Spurs on the run. Champagnie drives it, goes in, and BJ blocks his shot. What a play by the Sixers. Here's Dominic Barlow into the lane, runs it off the board. That's no good. Oh, that was one of their best shot opportunities of the game. 13-4 the score. Spurs into the lane, and another block by Bona. On the run, Grimes, right to left lob. BJ Edgecombe jams it. Sixers with a run-out alley-oop dunk. 13-6. And Bona keyed it with the defense. Excellent run-out. Grimes looking to the right. BJ high into the air. Beat Wembanyama to the basket, and a stuff. And of all things, it's the Spurs that take timeout. 7-point lead for San Antonio. We'll be back on the Sixers Radio Network.
About to come back from halftime like right now.
97.1 The Eagle. The radio home of the Mavericks. The radio home of the Mavericks in Dallas, Fort Worth.
Chuck Cooperstein and Brian Damaris at the Spectrum Center in Charlotte, North Carolina at the start of the third quarter, with the Mavericks trailing the Charlotte Hornets 57-48. The start of this monstrous 6-game road trip, ultimately 9 games in 9 different cities that will wind up in New Orleans on the night of March 16th. And the Mavericks hanging in there despite, again, struggling shooting the ball from deep, just 2 of 13 in the first half, and yet they're only down by 9.
Yeah, three-point line, minus 24 from there. Only taking about 30% of their shots from 3. Charlotte way over half of their shots from deep.
25 of 46 from the three-point line. Underneath now the left block, Brandon Miller back out. Diabate, he won't shoot, but Miles Bridges might and will from the top of the arc, and that's a brick. And the rebound taken down by Daniel Gafford of the Mavericks. Mavericks in their white uniforms tonight. They shoot to our right in the second half. Charlotte in the teal with the pinstripes. They shoot to our left as Christie on the drive down the lane will hook it up, and there's Daniel Gafford this time to make no mistake with it at the front of the rim.
Yeah, it was the inverse of the play to open the game. Instead of Christie taking it all away, he does the alley-oop.
Here's ball from right to left to Brandon Miller. Will push off on Washington as he drives, and he'll take it off the floor, scoop it, no good, and that's going to be offensive interference on Diabate.
Definitely did not get out of the cylinder there. Good start for the Mavs.
57-50. Mavericks, of course, lost to Charlotte back on January 29th by 2. 123-121. As Christie has it, he'll shoot the runner in the lane. That comes up short. Rebound is volleyballed around, and finally Miller has it in the middle of the lane for Charlotte. The ball and back to Miller, trailing the play from 3. It's no good. And a poke ahead from Williams to Middleton up the right side. 2-on-1. Washington to Gafford.
Yeah, it was there the whole time on that 2-on-1. I saw it developing. Good play by Washington to find him.
57-52. Knippel from right to left, driving on Washington. Jump stop, pull up, 10-footer, banked it in.
Yeah, got to find other ways to score if that deep ball's not going down for him.
His third field goal in 10 attempts. He's got 6. Now Washington has it stolen by Ball in the left corner for 3. It's no good. Long rebound, Brandon Williams. And he comes flying. 3-on-2. Right corner, Christie. Tee up the 3. That comes up short. That's the one that's got to go. Brandon Miller grabs the rebound.
Absolutely wide open.
Knippel. The right hash mark, drop it to Bridges. He'll drive on Gafford through the lane. The ball to the top to Miller. Around Middleton. Passes up the in-between. Pass out to Bridges. Tried to get at the ball in the corner. And Brandon Williams deflects it out of bounds.
Good active hands to disrupt that play by Brandon Williams. The entire coaching staff applauding that.
So ball will inbound from the deep left sideline with 9 to shoot. Exactly 2 minutes into the third quarter. Ball into Diabate. Ball overplayed by Williams, got it back, tried to drop it off to Diabate, pass deflected, but he got it, and then reverses right, Bridges for 3. That's no good. Knippel tipped it back out to Miller to the right side. Ball, catch and shoot 3 is good.
Quick release there.
And just too many chances for Charlotte. The Hornets now 7 offensive rebounds for 11 second chance points. 62-52. As Williams to Middleton against Knippel. Will pull up from the left elbow over him, and he gets it to settle home. 7 for Chris Middleton. 62-54. Here's Ball on the arena logo, right side of the floor. Below the hash mark, pulls up, doesn't shoot. Swings it into the middle for Bridges. Right to left, got to his strong hand and draws the foul on Middleton. It'll go to the line.
Of course, being here in the Spectrum Center reminds me of the last All-Star game I came to, which was Dirk's final All-Star game.
Okay.
Where he was the honorary choice along with Dwayne Wade. And he played about 5 minutes in the second quarter, put up 3 threes, made them all.
Right, exactly.
And said, thank you very much, I am done. And it was perfect capping to his All-Star career.
Exit stage left, right?
Nothing but net on all 3.
Drop the mic, leave it. Listen, just kind of the way he finished his career with those 2 games against Phoenix and San Antonio at the end of the 2019 season. Bridges made the first, missed the second, and the rebound taken by Middleton. 63-54, Charlotte a 9-point lead, 3 minutes in to the third quarter. Christie to his left, screen by Gafford, and will pull up from the left wing. It's an air ball over the top of the rim, and it goes out of bounds. So it'll be Charlotte's ball.
He's got to keep shooting, though. He can't be deterred from that.
And Ball will walk it up to Knippel. Played by Middleton. Picks up the dribble. To Bridges at the left wing, trying to back Christie down. He bumps, rolls through the lane, and with the right hand and able to score it. He's just got a bigger body. He's 230, and Christie's about 190, and he used that size advantage and physicality to get himself a better shot. And Williams, a blow-by of Knippel, but he missed the left-hand layup. And Diabate the rebound.
Stay in control.
Here comes Ball, left to right off of Diabate. Pick and roll with him. He'll hang, and he'll shoot the floater. No good. Got his own rebound. Dribbles out to the right corner, and will try the three from there, and he got it. Missed the easy shot, hit the difficult shot off the turnaround, and the corner falling out of bounds against Williams.
That's what he does. He loves taking that. He's really adjusted this new role here, and the separation starts.
The Hornets have their biggest lead of the night with 8:13 remaining in the third quarter. Charlotte 68, the Mavericks 54 on the Dallas Mavericks Radio Network.
Listening to Dallas Mavericks basketball. 97.1 The Eagle.
Hazen come out to the official Mavs watch parties on March 6th, presented by Tito's. The Mavericks take on the Celtics in March 10th. Presented by Michelob Ultra, and the Mavericks take on the Atlanta Hawks. You won't want to miss the chance to win prizes and support your Dallas Mavericks. For more information, visit Mavs.com/watch parties. Charlotte on an 11-2 run right now, opening up their biggest lead of the game at 14. With 8:13 remaining in the third quarter, it's 68-54.
And they're doing this on a off night from Knippel from deep. 5.
And the Mavericks bring it up, and again, out of every timeout, the Hornets have shown that three-quarter court pressure. They back off now into man-to-man. Dwight Powell in the game out of the timeout. Fakes the handoff to Christie. Christie cuts through, gets the pass, and then lost it off his hands and out of bounds.
And get another design play, just not executed perfectly, and the Mavs just a little step off.
The 10th turnover by the Mavericks, but only 5 points for Charlotte off of the prior 9 Dallas miscues as Ball walks it up against Brandon Williams. Bounce pass right to Miller, played by Caleb Martin. Left hand push to Knippel at the top of the arc. Screen and roll by Diabate as Knippel keeps the dribble left to right to Miller. 4 to shoot on Martin. Stop and go dribble. Spins to his left. Hang in the lane. Off the back rim. No good. Middleton with the rebound for the Mavericks, and he'll bring it up.
Yeah, Martin kept his feet. Didn't commit a foul.
will work to his right, will drive and finds the cutting Powell coming down the lane. He can't finish it, but he's fouled, and he'll go to the line as he slaps his hands in frustration, knowing that he probably should have finished that one, and I think that's going to be on Miller.
Yep, it is on Miller, and yeah, Powell's kind of kicking himself, saying I should have finger rolled it. No, you should have dunked it. Just put it down with 2 hands. Make sure there's no doubt there.
Brandon Miller called for his 4th foul as Dwight Powell goes to the line. That last time out, Powell and Martin checking in for Gafford and Washington. That's who's in and who's out. Brought to you by In-N-Out Burger. Always fresh and made to order at In-N-Out. That's what a hamburger is all about.
Josh Green coming in. Of course, Josh Green and Dwight Powell and Maxey were such tight friends. That's the weird part of this NBA is you're so tight. You play all these dinners together on the road, and then maybe you see each other a couple times during the season.
And Powell able to sink 2 free throws to make it 68-56 as ball diagonally right to left. Coming up is Miller to get it. Good job by Martin to stay with him. Will work to his right. The screen by Diabate. Cross court right to left. Bridges fake left, go right. Right hand push. Finds Green. Right corner 3. No good. Offensive rebound Diabate. The reversal to ball out of the left corner for 3. That's long. And taken down by Middleton. Ahead to Williams. On the fly to the rim. That's no good. But a 5th foul against Brandon Miller.
Well, yeah, it was interesting that they kept him in after those 4.
Well, you got to be smarter than that, though. Just it's a 12-point game. Just give up the 2 points. That's not the end of the world.
Well, you got to credit Williams here. He used his body and initiated that contact, knowing Miller was not in right guarding position. That was a great veteran move for the young Brandon Williams to go draw that contact and then put it up.
Brandon Williams, 11 points. 4 of 7 from the floor, 3 of 3 from the line. And his first foul shot tonight in the second half is short and right.
Mavericks shooting 71% on the road from the free throw line. That is last in the NBA. And again, on the road, that would be last in the last 4 years in the NBA. That's how bad this shooting has been from the line.
Well, Milwaukee just went past them last night as the worst overall free throw shooting team in the league. The Mavericks, unfortunately, might be dropping past them after this one is 9 unless they can really get it together. Just 14 of 20 and 15 of 21 as that second free throw hits the rim 3 times before dropping through. 68-57 as Ball between his legs left to right, met by Powell on the switch, backs up on his dribble, dancing with it. Between his legs left to right, blows by him, and a defensive 3-second call against the Mavericks, and that might wind up actually being better because Ball was going to have himself a wide open straight line drive layup.
Yeah, interesting they make that call in the middle of that drive there like that. That would be frustrating. They had to have somebody back there as Powell was out on an island. Somebody was trying to stay in.
And Ball's free throw is good.
By the rim to provide some rim protection because they knew he was going to do some dancing and go right past him, which he did.
15 for LaMelo Ball. 12-point Charlotte lead. KNUEPPEL will inbound from the right sideline at the foul line extended. And into Bridges. To his left. Back to Diabate, not looking to shoot. Ball comes around left to right. Hook it back left. And Mark Lindsay blows his whistle. Calls a foul against the Mavericks.
KNUEPPEL 0-5 from deep, but that Rookie of the Year race, Chuck, is really tightening right now. And FLAGG is just, hopefully put in some work here ahead of time. Hopefully we see that road trip and get back out there, and it'll be something to see down these last 20 games.
Ball inbound for the left sideline after Dwight Powell's foul, the 14th foul on the Mavericks. Ball got it back off the inbound, missed it. Long rebound, A.J. Johnson ahead to the running out. Williams missed the layup. Johnson with the follow, missed it, and will go to the line to shoot as he was fouled.
Good job by A.J. Johnson, though, to stay with the play, get that offensive rebound, just a point blank again. I think he wanted to try to get up and dunk it and was just short. He hit a 2-foot putt, 1 foot.
That does happen.
Trust me.
So A.J. Johnson will go to the line.
Blocked by the rim, they say.
Yes, after LaMelo Ball's second foul. The Hornets now over the limit. So free throws both ways for the remainder of the quarter with 6:23 remaining, and Johnson hits the first one for his first point of the night.
Yeah, who can take advantage of it. The Mavs are penetrating more inside than the Hornets, so see if you can get some freebies with the clock stop and climb back in.
Again, free throw attempts have not been a problem, and good job by the Mavericks understanding the whistle is blowing a bunch tonight too. So try to take advantage of that by shooting free throws when you struggle behind the line, at least to generate shots.
13 more attempts.
Just got to make your free throws. A.J. Johnson, 2 free throws made. 69-59. Ball bounces from right to left to Kalkbrenner. Dribble handoff to Knippel, away from Martin. Drop it off, and there's Kalkbrenner all alone for the dunk at the left of the rim.
It's too easy inside.
Ryan Kalkbrenner, 34th overall pick. Played 4 brilliant years at Creighton. As Middleton left of the lane. Along the baseline, Johnson finds Powell, put it on up, and it rolls off the rim, but he's fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Feed from Williams, who was cutting in from the corner, and Williams has really played well tonight. He's been given the keys to run this team now, and he's, with Tyus Jones being released, that's a lot of putting on Williams' shoulder, and he's really stepped up. 12 points, 4 rebounds and assists. Nice find there.
And he'd have a couple of more assists if some finishes happened around the rim.
Yeah, or just shooting. 2 of 15 from deep doesn't help that.
And Dwight Powell hits the first foul shot. And the Mavericks have shot 24 free throws. This will be number 25. The Hornets have shot only 10.
Well, that's how they stayed in the game. That they're minus 30 at the three-point line is at least being a plus 11, now 12 in points off the free throw line.
71-61, just past the midway point of the third quarter here in Charlotte. As Ball to his left to Knippel. Show by Middleton. Throw it over the top. Bridges. Down the lane comes Kalkbrenner again for a 2-hand rim rocker.
Yeah, a couple of easy buckets at the rim here for the Hornets.
Well, that's what Ryan Kalkbrenner does when he scores. Shooting 75% from the floor this year. It's 73-61. Here's Middleton right to left to the right elbow for the pull-up that rattles in over Knippel.
Again, that steady presence. Sometimes you need to get a bucket to calm things down.
9 for Chris Middleton. 73-63. Mavericks shooting just under 43%. Hornets just over 44%. Here's Ball at the left wing. Hook it back to Bridges. Left of the lane. Spinning right over the top. Knippel in the right corner for 3, and he got that one. His first three-pointer of the night in 6 attempts.
Hope that doesn't wake him up.
The 212th three-pointer made this year. The all-time rookie record with 21 games to go in the season. As Middleton in the lane, through the lane, right corner. Caleb Martin trying to answer that short, and the rebound is out of bounds. Last touched by A.J. Johnson. That looked like LaMelo Ball touched that last, but Jason Kidd is not looking down the bench.
Sometimes just on a possession, it's not worth it.
As Christie and Nembhard check in the game for Johnson and Williams. As Nembhard will inbound for the baseline to the right of the basket with 14 to shoot, 4:44 remaining in the third. Inbound to the cutting Powell in the lane. Left-hand hook over. Kalkbrenner is good.
Tough shot there with the left.
And it's Dwight Powell with his second double-figure game in the last 3 games. He's got 11, 7 here in the third. It's 76-65. Middle of the floor, Sion James to Knippel. Catch and shoot 3. Rims out. Middleton the rebound. Pushes to Christie up the left side and tried to go deeper left for Nembhard. Kicked by James. And the Mavericks will inbound as Washington will come back in for Middleton for the Mavericks.
Playing all 10 players that are available tonight. Pilikinas only with 6 minutes. We'll see if his shooting is needed to get back in there with no Klay Thompson tonight.
Bridges sits down and Grant Williams checks in to take his place. Washington will inbound for the left sideline. Watched by Knippel. Bounces into Powell. Against Kalkbrenner. Pitches backward to Christie. Top of the arc to Powell. Pivoting, but not shooting. Now driving. Lost the ball on the dribble. Got it back. Wrap around and a foul call on the wraparound pass to no one because there was nobody in the corner where he thought somebody was going to be.
Well, somebody should have been there. That's not on him, but the corner was vacated and they were bailed out by that foul call.
So Dwight right back to the line.
He throws 7 and 8 for him tonight. He's only missed 1.
For the season, shooting 65% from the line and gets that first one to go. So Powell coming into tonight last 2 games against Sacramento and Memphis, or excuse me, Memphis and Oklahoma City, 22 points and 20 rebounds. He had not had 2 games where he had 20 points and 20 rebounds going back nearly 3 years to the time against the Lakers and Spurs back in March of 2023.
Just keeps himself ready mentally and physically.
Missed the second free throw. Rebound to James. Now Grant Williams has it. Top of the arc, Kalkbrenner against Martin poking at him. KNUEPPEL comes and gets it with 4 to shoot. To his left, driving on Nembhard, met by Powell. Got it back out to a Grant Williams 3 that's good against the clock.
So many weapons to shoot from deep for the Hornets.
Third 3 of the game for Grant Williams. And it's a 13-point Charlotte lead, 79-66. Nembhard on the drive against Williams to Powell. Fakes the handoff, now finds Washington on the bounce. Banked it, missed it. Rebound, Sion James of Charlotte. Comes up the right side, met by Christie. And will step back as they ran away from him. Can't make him pay. Long rebound by KNUEPPEL. Out to Williams and now to Green. No look. Kalkbrenner down the lane for the dunk.
Yeah, the Mavs reached for that rebound instead of blocking out first. And Ryan Nembhard down on the ground.
And pounding the floor as Jason Kidd takes the timeout with 3:10 remaining in the third quarter. And the Hornets now with their biggest lead of the game at 81-66 on the Dallas Mavericks radio network.
Right. Johnson out of Kentucky in his 7th year, drives it on Payne into the lane, trying to find a man. Oh, he almost traveled. 55 seconds go to the left side. Carter Bryant, the former Arizona standout, pours it in. Good find by Fox. And Bryant makes excessive, unnecessary and excessive. This is, to me, almost a flagrant 2.
After review, it's been determined that there was wind-up impact and follow-through by Cornette to the shoulder neck area of Bona. Fouls been upgraded to a flagrant foul, penalty 1.
Back at the replay center in Secaucus. Brandon Adair, Danielle Scott, Ray Acosta, and Murat Kogat. So it is a flagrant 1. All of those things. Wind up, follow through, impact, force, intent. So Cameron Payne stays out there for the Sixers. Bona will shoot some free throws. Brandon Schwab has the basketball serve. Spurs coming back. See if Cornette has, not right now because Bona's going to the line, but like Kelly Oubre knocked down one of the Celtics 3 or 4 times. It might have been Keita, and was trying to apologize for a push. Bona makes the free throw. So again, Drummond started, but he played just 2 minutes. He got 2 fouls in defending, or at least attempting to guard Victor Wembanyama. That's opened the door for Bona, who's played the next 11 minutes for the Sixers. And he gets 2 free throws. Nope, Cornette walks right by him. Cornette in the news making a stand about a night the Atlanta Hawks are about to host in the NBA.
KEGL, Fort Worth, Dallas. This is the radio home of the Mavs. 97.1 The Eagle.
I'm Tyler Sloan at the Modelo Sports Desk. The San Antonio Spurs lead the Philadelphia 76ers 37-29 with 10.5 minutes to play in the second quarter. Dylan Harper, the rookie, with 14 points, had 11 in the first quarter. And the Grizzlies lead the Timberwolves 40-32 with 7 minutes to play in the second. Jalen Wells with 15 points for Memphis, and the Timberwolves outside of Anthony Edwards are 0 of 11 from 3. Chuck?
In Dallas, we do things differently. We don't just follow the team, we're part of it. We don't just come for the highlights, we show up for the whole story, because this isn't casual fandom. This is Dallas. Lock in your 2026-27 season tickets at Mavs.com/season tickets.
Yeah, so Dwight Powell knee right to the right thigh of Ryan Nembhard. That's what had him pounding the ground, looked at by Jana Austin on the bench, and he's over on the bike trying just to work it out. Hopefully nothing serious there.
As Max Christie will bring it up for the Mavericks, down 15, 81-66. Powell, handoff, Brandon Williams back in the game on the drive, and an offensive foul on Powell for the illegal screen.
He plays so physically that way, running into James, and on that injury, they were both going for the rebound. That's why they were in such close proximity, that knee hitting Nembhard's thigh.
Powell picks up his second foul. It's the 11th Mavericks turnover of the night. Only 5 Charlotte points off the prior 10 as James brings it across the line. A left-hand push to Knippel, left wing. Drives past Martin, met by Powell and Washington through the lane. Grant Williams got it out right wing, and James will take a deep three. Short and right, and Caleb Martin with a rebound for the Mavericks. Left to right to Powell. Cut by Washington along the baseline and will score with a foul, moving right to left and finishing with his left hand. He'll go to the line for a three-point play.
Yeah, I like the big facilitator Powell and finding the cutting P.J. Washington inside. Just took that slip, that screen off Josh Green, and was able to get inside and get the end one chance.
Kalkbrenner gets called for the foul. His first, and P.J. Washington, that basket, his first points in the third quarter, now looking for his 14th point of the night. With 2:34 remaining, the foul shot is short, and the rebound to Kalkbrenner. As Sion James, who was picked just before Kalkbrenner in the second round, the immediate pick, 33rd overall, to Kalkbrenner, top of the arc. Coming around is Knippel, met by a double to Kalkbrenner in the lane, and then back out to James. A right wing three is good, and really pretty stuff from Charlotte.
Yeah, you put the defense in a blender, and I think smartly put 2 on Knippel, but that lets James open.
84-68. The deficit 16. Crossover left to right as Williams on the drive, and Grant Williams reaches in. Brandon Williams will go to the line.
And with that speed and that pressure, because he's so fast, you just have to reach. If you're late, you're going to get arm on there, and that's what happened to Grant Williams.
So Brandon Williams with 12 points tonight will go to the line. In game 2 of this road trip, Thursday night in Orlando, Friday in Boston, Sunday in Toronto, and then next Tuesday night, the Mavericks will be in Atlanta. And that is the upcoming Maverick schedule, brought to you by Ticketmaster.
And then we'll still be on the road.
Yes, we will, won't we? I mean, even when we play at home, it'll feel like we're on the road.
So don't even unpack the suitcase.
Well, you got to unpack it and repack it. As Williams with 2 free throws made.
I don't know if I have enough underwear.
That might be a little too much information, my friend. Don't know that we wanted to go there.
They need to go shopping.
At least so early. Well, you'll have plenty of places to go shopping to get it if you need it. 84-70. Kalkbrenner to Knippel. Back left. Grant Williams is open as they sank back underneath the basket and let Grant Williams fire away.
There's so many different weapons that can shoot from deep. You can't sag off any of them.
Tell you, remember, Grant Williams got off to a great start with the Mavericks and then went into a horrific slump and could never fight his way out of that slump before he was traded. As Brandon Williams, left block, will shoot a tough turnaround over Knippel, rims the basket, and Kalkbrenner with a rebound. 87-70, final 80 seconds of the third quarter. Josh Green enters to Knippel, turning on Williams. A little floater is good from the block.
Yeah, he's not just a shooter. He's got a nice inside game, and he's showing that.
89-70. This was a 7-point game 4 minutes in to the third quarter before the Hornets took control. P.J. Washington from the left wing, wide right, just hits the backboard. And it comes down to the Hornets and Sion James. And the Hornets again in the 2-for-1. Knippel with the ball on the arena logo against Caleb Martin, the former Hornet, with 6 to shoot. And 5 and 4 and 3. Drop it off. Kalkbrenner, right corner. James wide open. Hit it against the shot clock. Second time that happened here in the quarter.
45-point deficit from the three-point line. Unbelievable. I don't know what the record is, but they're going to approach it.
17 threes for Charlotte. This is the 6th consecutive game they have made at least 15 threes. And in 4 of those prior 5 games, as Williams drives and is fouled, Williams blocked the shot on Williams, but he will go to the line to shoot. And Knippel actually got called for the foul. The block was clean. He's going to make the point that 4 of the prior 5 games for Charlotte, not only had 15 threes, they had 20 threes. They had 4 consecutive games of 20 or more before only 16 against Portland on Saturday.
Yeah, again, it sounds silly to be talking about math, but if you're down 40 from the three-point line, it's almost mathematically impossible to win the game. And so it's just you're playing a team that's maximized that way of playing. 2 of their 71 shots from deep. That's almost 60% of their shots. Meanwhile, you 17 or you're 55, you're putting up 30% of your shots from deep, and you're hit 2 of them.
Well, Brandon Williams back on the line, made the first one. That's where he has had his points here in the third quarter without a field goal. He hits the second one. And it's 92-72 in the final 10 seconds. And plenty of time for the Hornets to get one more shot up. KNUEPPEL with 3. They try to trap it with 2 and 1. His pass is blocked by Powell. And that will do it for 3 quarters of play here in Charlotte. Dominating the third after leading by 9 at halftime. They lead by 20 as we go to the fourth. Charlotte 92, the Mavericks 72 on the Dallas Mavericks Radio Network.
Appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Mavericks stuck around for a little while, but we might be on the downslope of this ball game. Nonetheless, hey, a lot of KNUEPPEL. Where's FLAGG at? And by the way, you have to have shooters on your basketball team to try to win basketball games. That's pretty ideal. When you have a basketball team that has majority of average, good at best basketball players who, you know, they're good, but they're better when they are the main players that you have to go to. Let's do a little bonus audio.
To Javonte Green, and he buries a 3. That's his third 3 of the night.
Yeah, and he's shooting it like he knows what he's doing too, Tim. Couldn't make a 3 when he was here.
89-83. Tyson out front. He'll shoot a 3. He answers back. Jalen Tyson hits the 3 ball. 18 for Tyson tonight. 4 from downtown. The lead's right back to 9 at 92-83. Cavaliers up as they look to split the regular season series with the Pistons. Driving the baseline as Holland gives it right corner to Green. His 3, no. Rebound Keon Ellis. Ellis takes it through the center circle. Now gives it off to Schroeder. Schroeder comes right to the lane. Down the lane. Backs up to the right corner. All sorts of time. Schroeder to the baseline. Flipped it up and in. Oh, my goodness. How about that shot from Dennis Schroeder? He haunts his former team on a nifty drive to the hoop to make it 94-80.
Home of the Mavericks in Dallas-Fort Worth.
Chuck Cooperstein, Brian Damaris at the Spectrum Center in Charlotte, North Carolina. We go to the fourth quarter. The Mavericks trailing the Charlotte Hornets 92-72. And again, the big number, Charlotte 17 of 42 from behind the three-point line. The Mavericks are 2 of 17 from deep. Minus 30 or minus 45, excuse me.
No, don't shortchange the Hornets here.
The math is too big.
I know you went to Florida, but
I can't handle that. It's just unbelievable. Mavericks shooting just under 42% overall. Charlotte just under 48% as the Mavericks have it to begin the fourth quarter.
Good news, Ryan Nembhard back in the game.
As Christie has it, they shoot to our right, driving on Grant Williams, pulls up right in the lane, and he's able to score.
So with no Klay Thompson, Poulikinas is in there with Christie to do that max spacing, have shooters in either corner.
As LaMelo Ball has it for Charlotte, he'll pull up from the top of the arc for 3, front rimmed it, and Christie with a rebound.
Yeah, he makes some difficult ones, and he keeps putting them up. Can't have a steady diet of that.
Ball now 4 of 11 from behind the line. Christie on the drive with the left hand and able to score. Did it with his right hand from the right side, then left from the left side. Back-to-back baskets for Max Christie. He has 9. 92-76. Here's Brandon Miller driving left and into Powell. Draws the foul. Poulikinas, and he'll go to the line to shoot.
Looks like Powell, doesn't he?
A little bit.
You got the 1, the 7. Third player to wear number 1 for the Mavs this year with Jaden Hardy and, of course, Tyus Jones.
Yes. And I believe the second Ivy Leaguer to ever play for the Mavericks.
I don't even know The Ivy League schools wouldn't even send me applications, much less let me in. They wouldn't waste the paper.
They would never send me applications.
So I don't know my Ivies very well, but
Brandon Miller with 2 free throws made.
Like somebody like Matt Carroll, somebody really smart.
No, Matt, he was smart. He went to Notre Dame though.
Okay.
Here's Poulakidis on the handoff to Nemhard. And a whistle.
Who is the accountant?
The accountant?
Remember the nickname, the accountant? Who is that guy? The shooter.
Who, Rigaud?
No, it's fine, Rigaud. No.
As Poulakidis will inbound for the right side. And into the hands of Gafford back in the game. And now to Nemhard to his right on the pull-up. And he drops it off for Gafford and a foul call. Mark Lindsay, the outside official, makes the call. As we pause for station identification on the Dallas Mavericks radio network.
KEGL, Fort Worth, Dallas. This is the radio home of the Mavs. 97.1 The Eagle.
Okay, so do you want to know what the record is for deficit and three-point makes in a game?
Please.
Guess. We're not there yet.
We're not there yet. 56?
In terms of just raw points, it's 17 raw field threes.
As Nemhard cuts into that deficit with a three-pointer from the left slot.
So you're close. It was 51.
Wow. Pat Connaughton answers with a three.
We're back to 45.
From the deep right side, the 11th-year man out of Notre Dame. The one-time great baseball prospect. 4th-round draft choice of the Baltimore Orioles.
Those guys that are good in so many sports. Steve Nash was one of those. Obviously, Charlie Ward, Bo Jackson would go down. Dion is not fair when some people are like me not good in any sport.
Well, Brian Jordan, too.
Yeah.
Played both sports for the Braves and Falcons. Inbound to Gafford. And he has it knocked away by Diabate. Off the hands of Gafford. Back to Christie. Not the prettiest possession here with 4 to shoot. A pull-up three-pointer is short against Diabate. And a loose ball foul called underneath. And that is against the Hornets.
Williams and Daniel Gafford fighting for that. And they call that on Grant Williams. He's not happy about it at all. Yeah, he just got those arms tied. And it looked like... Grant Williams was trying to pull Gafford down, and the strength of Gafford just wouldn't let it happen. Grant Williams fell down and got the foul called on him.
And a side out of bounds again. The Hornets already have committed 4 fouls here in the first minute 42 of the 4th quarter. Going to be here a while. Inbound to Gafford. Coming around is Nemhard. Nemhard against Diabate, left to Middleton. And his shot blocked by Bridges, but it came right down to Gafford to lay it in.
Lorenzo Charles was that.
97-81. A very Carolina reference. I appreciate that. Well played.
But it was very painful as a Houston kid.
Here's Ball. Pull-up three off the back rim. Foul line rebound to Gafford. And here comes Middleton against Bridges. To the left elbow. Bounce pass across the way. And Nemhard on the drive. High off the glass. And too hard. Diabate the rebound. Here comes Ball. Right to left. Left wing, Sion James. Wrap around the ball at the top against Poulakidis. With a show by Nemhard. Over the top to James. Coming down the lane. Left-hand layup is good. Tell you, once the Mavericks throw that trap out top, Charlotte has been really good getting that ball into the nail and getting the advantage.
Lee talked about that pregame.
And here's Middleton rolling it around and then falling off. Gafford the offensive rebound and then lost to the ball. Tried to go crossover left to right. He stepped out of bounds.
Oh, that could have easily called a foul as well on Middleton. Boy, oh boy. They're letting a lot go here after calling some early fouls. Already 4 fouls on Charlotte. That's the first on the Mavs. Or that was not a foul, excuse me.
No, he was just out of bounds. Inbound, Christie reversing, capped by Diabate. Christie made the save. Throw it out to half court to Nemhard. He'll drive into the lane, float it up, and there's Gafford with a dunk again, this time to the right of the rim.
Floated it right to an alley-oop. Nice move there by Nemhard.
And Gafford now in double figures with 10. with ball in the middle of the floor. Left to Sion James. To the top to Diabate. Bridges wants it, has it. Driving left to the lane. Turning back against Nembhard. Spinning left. Bank it up. No good. Rebound off the hands of Connaughton. Picked up by Nembhard. 3-on-2. Drop it off Middleton on the drive. And that shot is blocked, and he wanted a foul call. They're going to call an offensive foul. Not even just a shot block, but an offensive foul on Middleton.
Yeah, let's see if Jason Kidd challenges it. Yeah, they're going to challenge this. At least Jay Toronto's asking for it if he wants to. And it will be a challenge.
So the timeout comes, 8:24 remaining in the fourth quarter here in Charlotte. The Hornets 99, the Mavericks 83 on the Dallas Mavericks Radio Network.
You're listening to Dallas Mavericks
Come
basketball.
on, Dallas. Hey, they win the game.
97.1 The Eagle.
They can make some shots. They're still in the ball game. Appreciate you hanging out with me.
TV. Stream the Mavericks 24/7 with Mavs TV, the official streaming platform of the Mavericks. Score our new special price of just $49.99, including a $20 Mavs Shop gift card or a pair of tickets with a season-long subscription. You can subscribe now at Mavs.com/MavsTV. The Jason Kidd Challenge unsuccessful, and it will be Charlotte's ball with 8:24 remaining in the fourth quarter, and the Hornets up 99-83.
Yeah, he went through James. James was able to just establish legal guarding position just in time. And for those people that have been pounding their steering wheels, yelling Ryan Brocroft, he is the accountant. And he was just named that in a, I think kind of the Mavs Twitter world for, being a professional demeanor and having a, look like a guy who looked like an accountant, frankly.
Always wore glasses off the floor, too, so that's when people saw their picture. And I think I got so excited I forgot to tell you who the other Ivy Leaguer was.
I can't even tell you what school it was.
It was Dartmouth.
Okay.
Walter Palmer, back in the 1993 season. Of course, we'd like to forget basically the decade of the 90s if you're the Mavericks, but in
Tony Fay and Kevin Sullivan.
In 1993, when the Mavericks went 13-69, Walter Palmer was the only other Ivy Leaguer to ever play for the Mavericks.
All day. I would have been looking at the Mavs home floor, just rattling off names.
Here's ball through the lane, right to left. Diabate back out to Bridges, 3 to shoot and 2. Goes to his right. Nobody went with him, but he's long and right. Diabate, the offensive rebound, and Brandon Williams, the foul.
On the positive side, the 20 free throw attempt advantage is as of now, a Maverick record. They had 17 earlier in the season. So that's a positive.
Well, and they've actually shot them by their standards okay tonight, 75%, 24-32. Still below the league average of 78%. Again, when you're shooting just 74 as a team, that's better. Here's Connaughton left to right. Wraparound pass deflected by Gafford, and then comes out of there with the steal. To Brandon Williams on the fly to Washington in the lane, met by 2. Just threw it up off the glass, trying to draw the foul. Didn't do so. And Sion James got the rebound. The ball up top, Diabate, and caps it and stuffs it.
Just a little bit more athletic, getting over the outstretched arms of Daniel Gafford.
7 for Diabate.
A little more
and
athletic.
LaMelo Ball with his 8th assist of the game. Here's a lob down low. Christie underneath the basket, met by 2, and a pass out draws the foul. And LaMelo Ball gets called for that one. And I'm sure Charles Lee will be happy to take the win if indeed it continues in this way with 7:15 to go. I'm sure he's not going to be happy with the amount of fouling his team has done tonight.
Well, when you're Charles Lee and you've got a young team that's up and coming, there's lessons to be learned. You can't just take the wins if there's sloppiness, because that stuff doesn't fly in the playoffs.
Christie's first foul shot is good, averaging just over 13 a game for the season. 10 points for him. Mavericks with 5 in double figures, led by Brandon Williams, 16 points. Second one on the way is good. And Christie shooting nearly 88% from the line. Makes them both 101-85, 7:10 remaining. James, the ball, stop and go, met by Gafford, blocked the shot. And in the hands of Williams, flying again against James. There's contact there, and he'll go to the line.
When he took a foul, he slipped on the ground, and he took a hard fall. He's slow to get up, but he is popping up.
Helped up by Daniel Gafford and Max Christie. And Brandon Williams will go to the line.
And the first game of this long trip, got a couple of back-to-backs on it. Can't afford any more injuries. Already just suited up 10 players. One of them your two-way player in John Poulikitis tonight. Yeah, so that left foot slipped. Fell hard on his back.
Mavericks most free throws shot in a game this year, 44. That was in the game at Phoenix when the Mavericks fell behind by 31 in the first half, and made that game a lot more interesting than it probably should have been, because Phoenix kept fouling them. And the same is happening here with Charlotte, which has committed 28 fouls tonight, leading to 36 free throw attempts after Williams takes these 2 and he makes the first one.
So if I told you that the game where we had the 51-point disadvantage at the three-point line was last year in Cleveland, would you be surprised?
No.
Considering
because
that
they made, 27 threes in that game?
26.
26.
The Mavs made 9.
In the most zombie game in the history of the NBA.
You could have told me I said pretty much anything, and I'll say yep.
And Brandon Williams with 2 free throws made.
Of course, that's the day of the Luka trade.
And 18 points for him. 101-87. Ball, left-hand wraparound, Bridges left elbow, trying to back down Christie, bumping in the lane, and took an extra step and got away with it with the right hand. No good. Diabate had the rebound knocked away from him by Gafford, and into the hands of Christie. With 6.5 to go. Middleton across the floor, left to right, picks up the dribble, bounces to Christie against Bridges. Between his legs, right to left, looking for the cutting. Williams found him, met by Diabate, who blocked his shot. Gafford, though, able to get it, couldn't finish it. And Connaughton with a rebound for Charlotte.
Use his body and force the foul there.
Right to left, Bridges to Ball. Sidestep left to right for 3. That's no good. Christie lost the rebound, then got it back to Middleton up the right side against Ball with 6 minutes remaining. Drop it off to the right to Williams and back to Middleton. Middleton looking and will drive it, got past Ball, shoot the floater over Diabate, no good. Rebound, taken by Connaughton. To Ball on the drop pass. Ball, Connaughton, left corner, catch and shoot, hits it.
Yeah, and that's where Ball's well, finding the open player by sucking the defense in. That last possession, took a highlight reel shot. Again, that's where Charles Lee's going to say, that's not going to work in the playoffs.
104-87, the 19th three for Charlotte tonight with 5.5 to play. Williams to the right to Middleton. Gafford on the right block. Back to the basket. Met by the double from Diabate. Pass out, knocked away by Ball. He and Williams going for it, and Ball touches it last at half court with 2.4 seconds on the shot clock. Tell you what, Ball does have tremendous anticipation. He has a really
he's done
good
that a couple times tonight.
No, he really knows once that ball goes in, like where the ball is coming back out.
Because he's a point guard, so he's just putting it in his head of, okay, what would I do? And he's going in anticipating that as a defender.
Williams to inbound. Will throw it into Christie with one. Gets it away against Sion James. Just hits the backboard. 24-second violation. The 13th Maverick turnover tonight.
Am I correct that the Mavericks' 3 made threes it ties a low?
Yes. It would be the 3rd time this year. Happened against Philadelphia. Happened against Detroit, which was the game before Philadelphia. They only had 4 in that game, and then 3 against Minnesota. They were 3 of 18 in that game. They're 3 of 20 tonight. And now a timeout on the floor with 5:16 remaining in the 4th quarter. It's Charlotte 104, the Mavericks 87 on the Dallas Mavericks Radio Network.
The Whataburger Monterey Melt is back? You've got some nerve showing up here again, looking all delicious with your fresh all-beef patties, melty cheeses, grilled peppers and onions, and jalapeno ranch. When I want you, you're nowhere to be found. And now you're back? Aw, get in here. We just missed you, that's all. The Whataburger Monterey Melt is back for a limited time and harder to resist than ever. Download the app. What a burger!
Great medical care, like great basketball, takes teamwork and a commitment to being the very best. UT Southwestern Medical Center is on a mission of healing, discovery, and education, and the ultimate victory is your good health. Fulfilling that mission has made UT Southwestern the #1 hospital in DFW for 9 straight years, with 12 specialty areas ranking in the top 40 nationally, an excellent winning streak. UT Southwestern is the official healthcare partner and team doctors of the Dallas Mavericks. Go Mavs.
Chime knows you're putting in the work, but your bank, are you on the same page? With fee-free banking through Chime, you take charge. Chime can get you paid up to 2 days early with direct deposit. And with an available 3.5% APY, your savings works hard, even while you sleep. Chime puts your financial progress where it belongs, in your hands. Start banking fee-free at Chime.com, the #1 most loved banking app. Optional services and products may have fees or charges. Learn more at Chime.com/feesinfo. Chime is a financial technology company, not a bank. Banking services provided by the Bancorp Bank N.A. or Stride Bank N.A. Members FDIC. Access to direct deposits up to 2 days early, depending on the timing submission of the payment file from the payer. 3.5% Chime plus APY is only available to members who maintain eligibility for Chime Plus status. Otherwise, the 1.25 APY will apply. APY means annual percentage yield. No minimum balance required. See Chime.com for details. Chime is recommended by more of its users than other financial brands in the survey per 2024 Qualtrics NPS score. Trademark Chime Financial, Inc.
KEGL, Fort Worth, Dallas. This is the radio home of the Mavs. 97.1 The Eagle.
At the Modelo Sports Desk, I'm Tyler Sloan. It's been a battle throughout in Cleveland. The Cavaliers right now up 104-99 over the Pistons with 4:15 to play in the 4th. The Magic with 37 points from Paolo Banchero lead the Wizards 120-95. 4 minutes to go in the 4th quarter in Orlando. Chuck?
Business is complicated. Zen Business makes it easy. Their platform combines AI assistance with expert support to help you confidently launch your business. Stay protected as it grows. Everything you need all in one place. Launch your business today at zenbusiness.com. 104-87. Charlotte leads it with the ball coming down on 5 minutes to play. At the right hash mark, Sion James has it and puts it on the floor. To his left, chased by Poulikitis, and now toward Ball, and that ball deflected out of bounds. His Ball couldn't hold on to the pass.
Just looking at this offense of Charlotte, just constant motion, very Golden State-like, and they just keep putting pressure on that defense, waiting for that mistake to be made.
Nembhard, Washington, Powell, Martin, and Poulikitis on the floor for the Mavericks. And I think the Mavericks would like to see Poulikitis get a shot up. He's not taking one tonight. He has it now, and here comes that first shot, and it's wide to the right as it hits the rim and into the hands of Sion James.
All right, just keep putting them up. Got to keep the defense honest.
Now Grant Williams in the right slot, looking to his left. Played by Washington to the cutting Knipple at the nail. Drop it off Kalkbrenner. Pumps, goes up, got fouled. He'll go to the line. And it's Caleb Martin who gets called for the foul.
Well, this still keeps the Rookie of the Year race, hot. Knueppel had gone off for like 35, and Cooper's not playing, and the narrative would keep going in the direction it's going. But at least, hopefully we can get Cooper back here on this road trip, and it's a lot to say pick up where you left off. He was scoring 29 points a game in his last 7, but that's going to be a real interesting storyline down the stretch.
Absolutely. And when Cooper Flagg does come back, and I think the Mavericks are expecting him to come back at some point on this road trip, and you would hope, just for fun, it would be in Boston on Friday night, just because it's the closest to his hometown.
It's always a big game for him.
So Kalkbrenner.
And frankly, there's whispers that could be Jason Tatum's return to the Celtics.
Oh, my goodness. What a night that could be. 106-87 with 4:20 remaining. Nemhard to Powell. Backdoor for Martin. Makes the catch in a triple team to the trailing Powell coming down the lane. Double pumps, can't finish it. And Knueppel with the rebound. Powell's behind the play. They have numbers to the right. Wide open. Sion James for 3. That's short. And the rebound to Ryan Nemhard at the foul line. Up the left side for Poulikitis. Runs it down in the left corner. And then back out to Martin, right to Nemhard. Pocket pass finds Powell. The floater banked way too hard off the left of the rim. And the rebound taken by Josh Green of Charlotte with 3:50 remaining.
I don't think Poulikitis and Powell should be allowed to play at the same time.
Knueppel on the arena logo on the right side. Left-hand dribble, backing up on the dribble. Will work to his right. Gets around Poulikitis. Got around Powell, and he scores it with a foul. Banked it up high off the glass and held on the rim before dropping through.
They both have the short haircut. They both have the high, the white tights. They're both well built. They have 1 and 7, which kind of looks similar because we're always up kind of halfway up the bowl here. It's that's your problem.
It is my problem. And I'm working on it, okay? I'm working real hard as Knueppel missed the free throw badly, and Poulikitis with a rebound. And here comes Nemhard up the right side. Screen by Powell to the nail, bounce pass left, and driving is Martin, met by Kalkbrenner. Changed that shot, he missed it, but the foul call, late whistle from JT Orr on the baseline. That will lead to more free throws for the Mavericks as Kalkbrenner is whistled for his second foul.
Yeah, there's 29 fouls for the Hornets, by far their most in a game this season, and that's going to be, as a coach, they don't like teams to rest on their laurels. They're 15-3 in their last 18, the Hornets will be, but he's going to talk about these fouls.
So Caleb Martin, 8 points, 2 of 4 from the line tonight, 2 of 5.
A line drive, push shot. She's got 9 missed free throws in 37 attempts.
And everybody's excited now. They want chicken. Will Caleb Martin ruin their party? Shoots it. No good. They have chicken. And Green has the rebound with 3:15 remaining. And Sion James brings it up. As loud as it's been in the building all night. Kalkbrenner out top. Dribble handoff, Knueppel. Put it on the floor. Lob to Kalkbrenner. Another drop in.
Well, you've seen that a few times where he's so worried about his 3, gets inside, and then you put too much pressure, he finds the alley-oop.
Ryan Kalkbrenner now in double figures with 10. 9 straight for Charlotte to bust this thing wide open. Their biggest lead at 23 with 2:45 remaining. Nemhard left to right in the lane. Had it open. Passed it up. Went to Martin at the right wing, trying to drive on Josh Green. Shoots a tough turnaround. Green blocked the shot, but Green fouled him as well.
It's good to see Green in a good place.
He's playing well. Look, his last game with the Mavericks was Game 5 of the finals, and he was the Mavericks' leading scorer that night. And he's learned how to shoot threes and shoot them in his rhythm as opposed to really forcing them up.
I didn't really understand Australians and their coffee till I went to Australia 2 years ago, and when I talked to Josh about it, he was like, of course, this is the place to go to in Dallas and all this stuff. I went to a...
Is it better?
I mean...
Is it different? It's just...
I'm not a connoisseur enough.
Talk to me here.
To be honest with you, it's kind of like me and wine. Like, just put in front of me, I'm like, yeah, it looks great.
4 consecutive free throw misses by Martin, and the rebound is out of bounds. Last touch by Poulikitis.
I can talk to you about whiskey, but when it comes to wine, I play dumb. Oh, yeah, it's great.
No, I don't even touch it, so I can't even have the conversation.
You don't like it?
No, not at all.
It's not my go-to, but if it's being poured,
there's really it's beer and nothing else, and maybe vodka if you hide it in enough stuff that I can't taste it. Here's Sion James, right wing 3. 20 3-pointers for Charlotte tonight. The 5th time in the last 6 games they've had 23s in a game, as Martin comes into the lane, throws it to no one in particular except Sion James.
Ties the record for the biggest deficit at the three-point line the Mavs have ever had.
James with 2 minutes remaining, 113-88. To his right, pick and roll with Kalkbrenner. Over the top to Jean Salon. From the left corner, no good. The rebound, tipped around. Kalkbrenner knocked it out. Josh Green has it on the drive, lays it in. 115-88, and this one has ended badly for the Mavericks. They had played hard for a lot of the game. They just haven't made shots. Charlotte's made a bunch of them. As a lob from Nembhard to Powell, he couldn't finish it. Sion James with the rebound. As he brings it across the line with 1:20 remaining.
Well, it was the worst game to tie your record for least made threes against a team that loves to shoot them.
Grant Williams down low, and Salon is fouled hard by Caleb Martin.
Yeah, nothing bad there as Salon took a hard fall on that block and foul.
Again, you look at their team, and you see LaMelo Ball was a 2nd overall pick. Brandon Miller was a 2nd overall pick. KNUEPPEL was a 4th overall pick. Miles Bridges was the 12th overall pick. In fact, wound up being traded for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Not the best trade that could ever happen. And you've got Salon out of France in his 2nd year. He was the 6th overall pick in the 2024 draft.
Well, you look at the San Antonio Spurs.
Yes.
Right? 2nd pick, first pick. When we talk about the issues that Adam Silver, who's here tonight, is looking at league-wide, there's reasons why teams do what they do to kind of position themselves for the right draft picks, because it does make a difference.
Salon misses the first one.
But, the Hornets have the longest drought in the NBA in terms of making the playoffs. They haven't made it since 2016, and so they're in that play-in territory. But the way they're playing now, I mean, they're going to be. Look, I think the East is absolutely wide open, and they're going to be that team no one wants to play.
The 2nd free throw missed, and a foul taken, so that Salon actually limping now as he leaves the game. And Connaughton's going to come back in.
Hard fall on his back.
In the last 7 minutes, the Mavericks have scored only 3 points. They've been outscored 14-3 in that time. And free throws again for Ryan Nembhard, and that's good. So Nembhard with his 5th point of the night. He's got 4 assists. He's trying to do something that hasn't been done since 1974. Only 2 players have ever done it in history, as he hits the 2nd one, and that's to average 5 assists a game as an undrafted free agent. Slick Watts, the great Slick Watts for the Seattle Supersonics in 1974. And I know you were alive and thinking about Bob Davies of the Rochester Royals in 1949.
That's right.
He was the other one to do it. And now, as the Hornets bring it across the line, a foul called against the Mavericks by A.J. Johnson for grabbing Pat Connaughton, who'll go to the line with 55.2 seconds to go. And Charlotte has struggled here at home. Just 13-16 coming into the game tonight. They and Atlanta, the only teams in the NBA with a losing record at home and a winning record on the road. But this one was easy, and
Jason Kidd said it pregame, Charles Lee should be in the Coach of the Year discussion. I think there's a lot of worthy candidates out there. what you see in the turnaround with Detroit and J.B. Bickerstaff.
Well, especially when you consider where they were on January 1st. I mean, no one was thinking of them like this. They were 11-22 as Nembhard on the drive through the hands of Powell. It comes to Pulikinas, who pulls the trigger, and it rolls off the rim, and the rebound to Grant Williams. And one final possession probably for Charlotte tonight, 117-90. So after 41 consecutive games of scoring at least 100 points, the Mavericks in their last 2 games, 87 and 90 points, and 2 consecutive games of shooting below 40% after doing it for 42 consecutive games.
Yeah, and again, the three-point line is going to be something we're going to talk about all road trip.
Definitely appreciate y'all fighting through this ball game with me. Hey, this is what it is right now in Dallas. Hopefully I'll see y'all for the playoffs. Baseball. We're going to do more hockey. Potoi. Till next time. Come on, Dallas.
The Mavericks tonight, 117-90.
Look, it's a long road trip. You got to keep your head up and have a positive attitude. It's a great chance to build your character as a team. So on to Orlando.
Well, the Hornets ended the third quarter on a 16-6 run to bust open the game and make it a 20-point game. And here in the fourth quarter, to close the game, we talked so much about your ability to finish quarters. The Mavericks could not do that against the Hornets. Again, Charlotte a 15-3 run late on, and they make this a 117-90 final. We'll come back, quick recap, run through the box next on the Dallas Mavericks Radio Network.
The world is moving toward us, our people, our culture. For a century and a half, we've shared the stories that shape the lives and sharpen the perspectives of the people we're proud to call friends and neighbors. Relentlessly capturing everything that is North Texas, connecting